Hopefully, if you're popping perks, you're a grown man.
But
my voice sounds very low.
I can't imagine any podcast that I would pop a perk for or take any drug for, because realistically, like...
Well, you apparently haven't watched your own podcast, brother.
No?
Because this is a perk zone.
Imagine that. You never did that, right? You're never like, oh my God, this new Joe Rogan dropped. I got to pop a Zan.
I don't want this to be the perk podcast.
I don't want it to be
This
either.
is the perk cast.
I'm just wondering if that's really how people are getting it
Nah,
out there.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. This one night... I had like a long like bender of a night, and I came back home and I couldn't sleep. And
You watched the podcast?
I watched Adam's interview with Lucky from a long time ago.
That was a good one.
And I fucking poured up some lean while watching the interview because I was trying to go to sleep though.
Wow,
it was kind of corny.
That's my problem, is that there's no activity that I want to do while I'm on drugs, because I've had like a little bit of lean in my house for a while, but I just can't think of anything
Just
to do.
sit back and watch
on
Shoreline
it.
Mafia videos.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel that cool unless you gotta like be on stage, like pouring it up, getting those clap points, right? You can't just be in your room.
No.
Then you're just going to bed. It's
I
just an
don't do
expensive
this-
way to go to bed.
I don't do this for Snap or IG. She keeps sending her Snap and IG. I don't think your camera's for me. Take a breath, she keep fanning for me. Wake a
Are we
hoe,
on?
ain't no Xanning with me.
Oh,
Who's that?
we're not
I'm
live,
only
right?
Xanning with me.
No, we are.
Oh, we are live.
Oh, Lucky song.
That was Lucky. Oh, some old Lucky.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to show you guys.
Shout out
before
Lucky.
Before we get super into this, check out my cool new Fashion Nova jacket that
Oh wow.
was purchased earlier today. You see that art? I bet y'all didn't know that Fashion Nova had art like that, but it's
I
a
did
fact.
not.
It's
I wonder
right there.
do you know who the artist is?
No, I don't. The artist is Fashion Nova, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't want to touch it.
Fashion
What's
Nova
the
don't even
print
know
The
like?
CEO is the artist, as far as I know.
Fashion Nova doesn't
He
even
drew
know who the
himself.
artist is.
I don't know. It doesn't say who the artist is.
It's probably Google Images.
The artist name might be made in China. I don't know. But Fashion Nova Men, shout out to
I
them.
like that
Fashion
artist.
Nova Men is the artist.
They got some new drip coming in through House Fun. I don't know if you want to wear this at some point. You think it fits? It's a large.
It's a large now.
I was
it's
gonna say
not
it looks
gonna
kind of
happen.
small
It's
for
more of a
both of
me
you
thing.
guys.
Maybe you could try it on.
I'm gonna need
Later.
the bag.
You're gonna need. Oh, right.
You
right.
told me.
Fashion
There
Nova?
is a matching bag.
Fashion Nova.
I mean, yeah,
Get in our
they
DMs.
hit me up on. I posted like a random ass Instagram TV video, and they hit me up like, "Love your page, hit me up." It was like a verified Fashion Nova page.
Really?
Hit them up, and then we went back and forth, and
They
then
realized
Well,
you
it's
weren't
because
really a
you're
cam
not
girl?
verified. I'm verified. Fashion Nova. Send me some stuff. I will promote it.
I'm down for the Fashion Nova bag.
Who wouldn't be? Hey, can I just throw this in there too before we get too involved with what we have going on here? I just want to say that we are now doing a No Jumper TikTok. So, number one,
I will not be a part of this.
yes, you will be. We'll find a way.
We didn't sign up
We
for
will
that.
teach you a dance. No, but okay, this is the thing.
I'll make my own TikTok dance.
But
if
that's
you
what I'm
promote
saying.
it.
You should make a TikTok. And do you have one yet? Mm-hmm. Let's get involved. I knew you had to have one.
I have one.
I made one to look at other people's.
Right. Yeah. That's
know what to
that's,
post yet.
Basically, that's what I have on mine too. But now we have this company helping take like our interviews and vlogs and all this other stuff and turn it into
TikTokable.
TikTok content and stuff. And we're going to be doing a lot of bike stuff, skate stuff, Kadama stuff, whatever. So
Cool.
me and Lena are actually talking about possibly. Well, I won't give the whole thing away, but we're thinking about doing a little dance vid together. Which I'm a
I
little,
don't want to see you dance.
no, I can dance. I can memorize
No,
some
you-
motions.
This
Yeah.
is your dance.
You should just do that and just make that into a TikTok dance.
Just the Running Man.
That and like you gotta do your Adam face.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I
That's it.
am
That's
down.
a TikTok.
That's a
dance.
TikTok right there.
That's a
TikTok.
TikTokable dance right
Yeah.
there.
There we go.
Can we get the iPad password while we're at it? Since you guys put it on like a 5-second fucking timer.
I
Huh?
hate that.
Okay.
I
Thank
love
you.
I hate when
I
my
love
phone.
the 5-second
I hate when
timer.
my phone locks every fucking 3 seconds.
No, once it goes onto low power mode and it starts locking super fast, and it's
like, bro.
Now I say no to low power mode every time.
I mean,
It
usually
stresses me out. I have to say yes.
Seeing that orange up there, it pisses me off. Yeah.
orange is like
Really.
yellow.
The red is more stressful.
Yeah, what the fuck? The red is like, nigga.
Oh, yeah, that's
it's
really-
getting
It's
down to the
over.
wire. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really over. But you know what's so funny to me is like people I know, like Rico Reckless, who will be on like 4%
And just be
battery
running
and
it
just
up.
pop off on live.
Yeah.
They're doing everything. They got the GPS on. They're on live.
Music
They're
playing.
not charging. There's a charger right here. They're not charged. Like that to me is so hard for me to imagine because
irresponsible.
I feel like I'm a planner now. So it's like I can't. I
Well,
would
look
never.
at you.
I would never allow myself to get into a position where my phone
It's gonna die.
was in that bad of a situation. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I,
like they just willingly like put themselves in that situation.
I don't understand why people don't like carry around portable chargers. I feel like I'm the only one in the friend group
I
that
swear
always
to
has a
God.
fucking portable charger.
Phone case
Oh, yeah,
charger
or the Mophie.
does me good.
Oh, Mophie? Could we get a sponsorship by them? Because I need that.
We could definitely get a Mophie.
No.
They better fuck with us.
But I want a Mophie with I like the wallet stuff.
Hold on. I do not remember the name of this company, but a couple years ago, I had
the Lumi light case.
No, fuck that. I had.
It takes good selfies.
I had a fucking case that was a charger. It charged like that, right? Mm-hmm. It also had a bottle opener and a lighter on the back. Actually,
and a little Coke case.
I think they sent it to the old store.
Really?
And you gave it to me, actually.
Oh, really? No, I do kind of remember that.
It had a bottle opener and a lighter.
Don't you have another present for him?
You're the type to have like a book phone case for the record, like the Holy Bible case or whatever.
Actually, I would have some shit like that. Remember, I had that big pink one. It was like a big, like a brick phone.
The fake.
It was
the fake Moschino.
It was not fake at all.
It wasn't fake.
No, this girl ordered that for me.
Oh wow!
Cam girl.
Shout out to her.
I thought it was from eBay.
Cam
She
girl is the
loves
type to have like
calling
a
niggas up.
giant like ice cream cone
I used
case
to.
that's like
Yeah.
super impractical.
I
can't
used
even
to,
put it
but
in your
now,
pocket.
now, like I said, this is just
But wait,
changed my life.
what do you put in there? Your credit card and stuff?
It holds 2 cards, so my
Secret
wallet,
bag of
my
ketamine back
ID,
there?
and my
Oh,
ID
you got a
and my
little
credit
mirror
card.
there too.
And a little mirror.
do a
Exactly.
little blow off?
You can do a little ketamine.
Have a
off
little
of
wild night. Do a little K.
Just like look at myself.
You do. You like to. It's not good enough like the actual camera on the phone.
It's
Yeah,
actually
right.
really bad. It looks like a fun house mirror.
It does. It's all
terrible.
scratched up and stuff.
And it's like plastic. It's not even glass.
You ever
Okay,
throw
I'm
cash
sorry,
in there,
guys.
or are you post cash?
I mean, if someone gives me cash, unfortunately, I'll put it in there.
You'll throw it in there.
I'll throw
That
it
is
in
a pretty
there.
dope case.
So basically,
Very nice.
you're giving us the how to rob cam girl. So just take her phone, and it'll have cash and your cards and ID in it.
No.
You're a one-stop shop.
No,
You're a walking lick.
Yeah.
Am I? What about you guys? You guys have your Ridge wallet. Just
Oh
kidding.
yeah. Well, speaking of
I
though,
don't want to be part of this.
Damn.
today's episode is sponsored by the one and only Ridge Wallet. Which, to be honest with you, I've seen this
No,
thing.
don't give me the pound if I'm not getting paid for it.
Okay, well,
gonna
you're
get-
going to be paid in Ridge wallets. However, we only have one at this time. But yo, I'm actually really impressed by this because it's so much sleeker and smaller than I ever would have thought. Because I've seen so many different YouTubers do the ad for it, but it's so tiny and it's so like efficient. Like what you were just saying with your phone case and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you just have like this perfect little elastic band. You could just snap whatever you have. I almost whipped it across the room.
I'm like,
But
okay.
look, there's like there's one card in there just to give you an idea. You could throw a little cash in this, but it's definitely meant for somebody that's not walking around with like $50, $100 bills on them. or
Can I
whatever.
hide drugs in there?
To be honest, the terms of
I
my
think a little baggie will fit.
the terms of my arrangement with the Ridge Wallet are that
It's
we will
probably
not,
not.
we will
Oh,
not
which-
discuss
which-
that.
oh, yeah.
But
Oops.
I'm told that also
Something
where's the-
happened.
What's going on with that noise?
Dream complete. Look.
Okay.
Oh, that
For
was
real?
weird.
Stream resumed.
Does that mean that it's gonna be 2 different videos? Hopefully not.
Nah. We're still on live. Look,
Yeah.
it's back just like that. Wow, we had a glitch. That was
That's
odd.
weird.
crazy.
I wonder what happened.
The
Was it because you
simulation is
switched to the
glitching.
fucking different overlay?
And we're still recording the regular thing anyway, right?
Yeah, we're just recording anyway, but
So
that
fuck
was
it.
wild. That's like,
Also, anyway, back to
oh yeah,
Ridge
anyway,
wallets.
hopefully that didn't get cut out, but the Ridge Wallet. Actually, honestly, the chat probably was going so hard from us talking about the Ridge Wallet that it just
Yeah.
went nuts.
That's
I'm actually-
exactly what happened.
I'm
yeah.
replacing my wallet with this for the record, and it's
No, you're
partially
not.
yes, I am because I
you
lost my
are.
wallet, but also I just like this. I
Why'd
think
you
it's
lose
tight.
your wallet?
Oh yeah. When did you lose your wallet?
I don't know if I
thought
actually
you haven't
lost
been
it.
leaving your house.
I couldn't find it like this morning. No, I actually didn't leave the house the entire weekend,
So you
Friday to Sunday.
You lost your wallet in your house. I've done them before.
It's somewhere.
I left my wallet in El Segundo.
Anyway, shout out to Ridge Wallet because this thing is freaking sick. Oh, I guess I should probably tell them the URL where they can get it because honestly, I was really surprised. Just like it's a lot more efficient than I thought it would be.
Nah, I
Can I?
feel you,
I
man.
want to touch it.
You
I
know?
wanna, like,
Whoa.
Here, you
Relax.
play with it. I want to get your thoughts.
Chill, okay?
Yeah.
I
You
thought
guys
it
are
was one
weird.
of those that like flip around. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? It doesn't do all that.
That doesn't really do
It's
it.
just ridgy.
Oh yeah, it's ridge.com/nojumper, and you have to use code nojumper.
There we go. For how much % off?
I have no idea what I don't know if you're getting a percentage off so much as
Really?
you're just getting to engage in the Ridge Wallet on a 10% off.
Yeah, that's what I say. What would be the incentive of
Yeah,
using No Jumper
That's a
code?
double-digit discount right there, my friend.
Well, I'm like, it had to be some type of discount because why would it be the incentive?
What, you guys like the way it feels too? It's very light.
It's
sure,
very
yeah.
interesting.
I don't really consider this to be like an ad so much as us like experimenting with something that we've seen advertised to
yeah,
us so much that we just had to find out what
See
it was all about.
At the end of every Philip Solo fucking
Yeah,
video.
shout out to.
Oh,
also,
really?
Also, every fucking Anthony Fantana video.
Yep. Phil DeFranco, I've definitely seen going hard for the
how
bridge
am I
wallet.
supposed to
Like you
You
push
pull it
it,
aside
you push
and
it.
you dip your little things in there. See, honestly, that's the question:
kinda
is
fuck with this.
what is the quality of the bags of whatever it is that you're saying that you're going
I
to be
got a
putting in
baggie
there?
right now in my wallet. You want me to see if it fit?
I do not. I don't think that Susan at YouTube would love that. What do you think?
Of course, her name is Susan. That's the CEO of YouTube.
Of YouTube, yeah.
Of course, her name is
Are we,
Susan.
are we allowed to talk about like the Juice WRLD Susan interaction?
Oh, you remember
Should we
that?
not, should we not talk about it?
You don't know about that?
They were
It's
beefing.
a very interesting interaction. Caught on camera
That
on
shit
the
was
No
crazy.
Jumper vlog.
It was just like a
What?
random conversation that Juice WRLD happened to be having with Susan, the CEO of YouTube, and we had a filmer who had the camera in their face, and well, actually, I think it was behind, so she really didn't see it.
Oh, that's even weird.
And there was footage.
It was just filming
and
Juice
it's
WRLD.
Juice WRLD and her, and I think she asked him how many subscribers he had on his YouTube channel.
he didn't even know.
He had no idea, and
He-
that was the thing that made it weird though, is that she was saying like, "We'll help you get that number up," and like from her perspective, it's like I get how she probably didn't think she was saying anything bad, but then a lot of people online and Twitter and
Wait,
stuff,
what the
they sort of
fuck?
took it and they're like, "Look, this is YouTube corporate like saying that they're gonna like help out." This, basically claiming that they were gonna do something sinister to help prop up Juice WRLD. There's
But
like
he was already fucking.
he was already pretty big at that
He
point.
was already
yeah.
like going to the moon by that point, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess people just didn't like the idea that YouTube would do something to support
To support artists.
a rapper. No, I know.
mean,
yeah.
it's not even supporting, but it's
I didn't
more-
see the video, so maybe
it
I have
more-
no context.
It
of
more
what
sounds like not supporting. How do you? It sounds like cheating, kind of. I felt like
Can you refresh that just because it says? Oh no, it's. Oh, it
Something's-
does say stream complete.
something's going on.
Something.
Very
Oh, now it
weird.
says stream resume.
I said stream resume.
We're recording this either way, so we will
I
have a
could check
recording
on,
of
on
this.
YouTube to see if we're off.
Although
on-
it does say that it says like we're not receiving
that's-
enough video to main.
Home to a lot of people are like on the internet right now, so like everyone's internet's getting shittier and shittier.
Yuri thinks that the internet is just fucked in general because look how bad it looks. Like every 5 seconds, it's like video output. But like, can we
I'm
see
watching
that?
it right here, so
It looks fine to you.
I think
I look
so.
fine to me.
I look fine to me too. God, I really want to like get this going and get in the groove, but I'm kind of freaking out because we have no idea if the stream is actually
I
active.
think I don't see any.
The
any
chat
delays
seems
at all.
fine?
Everything looks fine.
What's the chat saying? We can't see the chat.
Chat
Yuri
saying
doesn't have the chat visible,
gay
but-
22. They're saying cam
Oh.
girl eats bats. Get Philip Solo on the show. I got my
Hey.
sister pregnant.
Hey, we should.
So I think our show is
Sounds like
working.
everything's totally normal.
Sounds like everything is
Everything
completely normal.
completely
We should definitely
back
get
to
Philip
action.
Solo on a Zoom.
Oh my god!
Zoom call.
I want to be here just to like see the interaction.
He's fucking amazing.
I'm down. That would be fun.
I was gonna say, do you even know who Philip Solo is?
Yes, we talked about him on the podcast like 2
yeah,
weeks ago.
and then
dick.
he also was like,
That's my
actually,
boy, that's my-
Adam,
Right,
we've
'cause
never met.
I said that I had
love
met
him.
him at Ice's house, but apparently I was thinking
it
of
was just
somebody
like someone
completely
else that
different.
looks exactly like him, but not him.
Wait, did he
I-
actually look like him though?
I don't know who I was talking about.
Blasey knew who it was.
You know these white people, they all look exactly the same, right?
I know, right?
Nah, he's like cool though. He's cool white.
I mean, he is so recognizable because he has like that crazy
His
hair and the
crazy hair and the beard.
the beard
Bucko.
and buckle. Here's the scoop.
Here's the scoop.
I've only watched a bit of his shit where he just like hangs out with prostitutes.
Just
I've watched
fake
every
single
one of his
one.
videos.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
crucial?
I think they're really good.
Like I've gone on marathons where like I just didn't leave my house for 2 days and just Uber Eats and just like next, every video until I watch everyone.
Good YouTube content will imprison you. I'll have you on
Yeah,
the
for
couch.
sure. It's like I think I found like one that I liked and I just kept going. You feel me?
Right.
That's me with music too, though. You know, like I know a lot of people they hear one song, they like that one song, but I'm like,
You go into a spiral.
I want to know what middle school you went to. Like I'm diving
You're
in.
gonna watch the Before They Were Famous video.
Oh, for sure. I'm watching all that.
I used to be like that, but to be honest, it's just like a lot of times now it just I feel like I've just been exposed to so many rappers that a lot of
Yeah.
like the mystery is kind of gone. I'm just like, oh, this is just some other dude who's like saying that he's doing something
This
that he
sounds
probably ain't
like
doing.
coming from a guy who's a hip hop podcaster interviewer.
That's fact.
Listen, when it's good, it's good.
When it's good,
but
it's- when it's
it's
bad,
just
it's bad.
that like there's so many artists that are being like propped up by the labels and shit who they're trying to turn into stars, and they are just doing interviews from super early on. Honestly, when I was listening to Pain 1993, here's our transition. When I was listening to that, I was wondering to what extent is the fact that people actually take Carti rapping like the most generic lyrics ever and the fact that people are so positive about it, how much of a factor is the fact that Carti is so mysterious? You never see him, you never get him on social media practically, besides like a couple of weird misspelled tweets, but you never see him. Doesn't really do interviews. You see him do like a couple of interviews, and the interviews are insanely underwhelming.
Yeah,
Like
They're
when he
also
did
really
Big
old.
Boy and shit.
Yeah,
he did Big Boy I think last year. Maybe.
Yeah, I think maybe like 2 years ago when Dilate came out.
I mean, it just makes me wonder to what extent.
And those were like the most extensive like interviews he's ever done.
Right. But okay, like let's say Lil Mosey. Like Lil Mosey is somebody who is very popular on TikTok, Spotify. He streams like crazy. He
But like
sells out
nobody
shows,
really,
whatever.
nobody
But
cares
he
about
doesn't
what
have that mystery element because he acts like a normal person. He goes and does interviews and stuff, and then he puts out music, whatever. With Carti, he puts stuff out so infrequently, and then when he does, it's like he doesn't really like, you don't see him doing anything. You don't see him outside. You see him perform, and that's about it. And to what extent does that really help him in comparison to an artist who acts more like a normal person?
I mean, I think that's what cultivated his whole like cult like
fan
fucking
base.
fan base, and like all the leaks being like a whole thing, and like the whole Carti community, YouTubes and fucking fan pages, the V-Lone Thug fan pages, like it's fucking crazy. He has the most crazy like beehive of fans.
Yeah.
But I wonder
Because
if he
it's
acted
because
more like a
he's-
normal person, how much that would change.
I mean, it would probably just be like all the. I
I
think
mean, because you can compare it to Uzi, and like Uzi.
Uzi's a little bit more of a normal person.
Yeah.
A little bit
But a
more of a
little
normal
bit, he's
person
still-
in a sense of that he's more active on social media and will talk to people.
No,
and
but
stuff
then
like
he'll
that.
go on breaks and shit too. It's like, but then when he came back into full force before EA dropped,
Yeah.
that's how you knew EA was about
Something
to come
was
out
coming,
because
yeah.
he just fucking went rampant and was just like,
and was just like seen everywhere on the
Yeah.
streets, driving
But-
his crazy cars.
Yeah, but I was saying that I think that's the whole allure with the Carti community is because everything is speculation. It's all like, we don't really know what's going on. I'm gonna make 10 YouTube videos. You dig? 4 eyes, 2 G's here.
But we never see like a human side to Carti. You've never seen it. Okay? Even when he gets arrested, what do you hear? You hear that he told the cop to suck his dick, and I'm gonna fuck your daughter, and I don't care if you take this Lamborghini.
Did you guys see that
like, I've never seen him humanized at all in those interviews. Not at all.
Did you guys see that apparently Iggy Azalea had
The baby. I was gonna
a
say
secret
we
baby?
didn't talk about that.
We're
ever.
supposed to talk about that last
We
week.
still haven't seen any proof, but I mean, like,
No proof,
Again,
zero
that's
proof.
another thing that Playboi Carti would do is that he would have a baby
And not
with
say
another
anything.
celebrity and not
No
say a
one
word
would-
about it.
no
Try
one
to
would
keep
know
the whole
about
thing
it.
secret.
That's
I
super
mean,
fire.
every other
That
normal
is
fucking
Carti
person
life.
has an Instagram post when they have a baby, but he's out here being Mr. Mysterious, Mr. Weird guy.
But I
I mean,
don't
because
think
that
I
could
don't-
also not be true.
It could not be true. I'm definitely
I
open
mean,
to that.
look
yeah.
at us. We're just speculating too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
we're,
I mean,
we're
I
Carti
don't think
community
he.
now.
I don't think he does it on purpose. I feel like that's
Yes,
just
he
him.
does.
He definitely
think he does on
He's
purpose?
100%. Like, you can't cultivate an image like that by
Dude.
accident.
I think he
dude.
just. I mean, some people just don't like social
Nah,
media.
no. Dude, he
doesn't-
didn't even post his own album when it came out. Gunner tweeted the link and he just like retweeted it.
Who do you,
No, it's dead ass, bro.
who do you think is behind all this?
They have a whole team. Like,
A Carti
fucking
team
Og,
doing this?
Og is like, listen, Carti, we got to turn you into this gay vampire. You got to wear mesh.
And
You got to wear mesh.
And you have to type like a robot.
gay vampire. After we just got talking about how he might have a baby on the way,
He's like wearing and
or
like
a baby out. He might have already dropped the baby.
him and the guy from the leaks are like fucking BFFs, and he's like, you gotta like. He changed his whole swag and whole everything. I'm not saying it's not cool, but like I don't know.
But listen to this.
He's going in a very Young Thug direction, even with the music.
But Young Thug acts like way more of a person now. You see
Now-
Young Thug out like doing an hour-long Big Boy interview, acting like
Yeah,
a
but
person.
that's
That's
such a
crazy.
good
You didn't
interview.
see that for a long time with Thug. You actually didn't really think it was possible for Thug to do that for a long
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
But anyway, it's weird to think about that because we knew Carti. Not knew him.
Yeah,
knew
but
him,
like he would be out, bro.
As a
I've
ham.
interacted with him. I've seen him at a show and just like exchanged a few words
Yeah,
and stuff,
exactly.
and he just always seemed like a relatively awkward young rapper, and it wasn't really that
I
interesting.
saw a picture of him and Chris Travis like together at some show, and I was like, "Damn, this is rare." Like,
Yes.
if this picture came out tomorrow, this is so fucking rare.
Isn't that crazy?
And they have a song together.
Do they really?
It's like
Really?
some old random like it might have been like a fused together song, but
Wow.
yeah.
If it's a fused together song, it don't count. But that's insane.
No, it sounded like a real song. I don't know though.
It's just weird to think about it. Like fucking when I was watching him on the Rolling Loud stage, his pants were so tight and so
leather,
shiny,
leather.
And you know, that makes me think about all these little, like, you know, it's like it's a meme, like these little white kids, and they got glasses, and they got premium shirts,
and the Rick Owens,
whatever, and they just think Carti can do no wrong. And I was looking at him wearing those super tight pants and just thinking, those kids are gay for him. Like they literally
are.
I think some significant percentage of those kids want to fuck him and
like,
don't really understand their own desire. Like they're like, oh my God, Carti. Don't you think some of them are just kind of, you know, like that they're not fully connected with the fact that they want to fuck him, but they want to fuck him.
Like they don't know that they're like so hard V-Lone thugs.
Hey, I also want to say this. If anybody else was dating Iggy Azalea Banks, that would actually be fire. If he was dating
that would be super fire.
Almost
if they were
anyone else dating Iggy Azalea
would be posting that ass on the gram.
Or you would think that they would, like, you know, because she's not exactly considered like the coolest rapper in the world, but somehow him dating her
kind of makes her cool.
But why does it make sense to us? Only because we like don't know anything about him that we can just imagine that like works.
Well, I was talking to this girl, and she was like, she basically was saying the same thing. Well, she was like, why would he date Iggy Azalea? And I was like, think about it like this: date a regular bitch like you, or date Iggy Azalea. Like, she was like, oh, she's lame, like da da da. But I'm like, but
I don't think you could take away from the fact that she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's talented. If you like it or not, she is
the ass
talented.
Is crazy fat. Let's not brush over that.
Yeah, when she got it redone like a year ago too.
And she bought him a fucking Lambo for his birthday.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Didn't he?
They posted that.
That was a thing in the gossip rags that he broke up with her right after she gave it to him.
That was
pretty funny.
That was goat activity.
I don't think that actually occurred like that though.
She got him a Lambo with the translucent Louis Vuitton duffel bag in the trunk hood thing.
Right.
Go.
Imagine how bad she wants to post him and she's just not allowed to.
Bro, she has. I actually looked at her Instagram the other day because
he was on it.
Did she post him?
No. She had like 3 posts, and like one of the posts was from like 2019 still.
Really? Right. I wonder if he's curating her
Body
Instagram
was
too
snatched.
now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Being like, okay, you can only post 3 things. If you ever post something else, you gotta archive it.
Don't you wonder that? What are their conversations about music like?
It's kind of crazy because I've never thought about it.
Yeah.
I just think about, okay, they're together. That makes sense. They're both beautiful and famous. But like, I've never really
You think he's beautiful? I'm willing to accept it, but
I don't know. I don't think he's like, oh my God, a supermodel, but I could see how he's an attractive guy.
I want to know how he just sits around eating wings and drinking lean all day and he's still that skinny.
How do you know that
some
he
people
eats
You're
wings?
right. I don't know.
Some people are just skinny.
We just said we don't know anything.
I don't know
about
anything. I don't know what his diet is like. I'm just assuming that he's not on like the healthiest diet in the world. And it's like,
I wonder what he eats.
He said, okay, I'm gonna. Hey,
This has become the Carti community podcast.
There was this.
The Carti.
Wait, I got to get this bars off.
Yes.
He says on that Pay 1993 song, he says every day I got to pour me a pho. And when he said that, I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
every day
is that real? And then he says, every day I got to pour me a pho. He repeats it, and I'm like, oh my God. If I was going to take that as maybe an exaggeration, now I really believe it. This motherfucker pouring a pho a day. That's not a healthy way to live. How the fuck are you so skinny if you're really drinking that much drink?
Some people are just skinny.
Some
people are just skinny.
He probably got the same genetics as Thug, because Thug is like the skinniest, tallest person you've ever seen in your life.
But they have like a tiny lean belly. They could be like really skinny.
If you saw him with a shirt off, you might be able to see it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Carti is like ridiculously.
So this has become the male body examination podcast.
I told you that. I told you the Carti fans are gay.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
You just proved it right.
Okay. So can we actually talk about the music though now?
Yes.
Like, okay.
Do you guys actually think it's as bad as everyone on the internet is saying?
Yes.
Yeah, because you kind of said
You killed it.
I mean,
You killed it on the fucking our group text.
all right.
What is it?
What did you say?
That it was the worst thing you've ever heard.
It's not
Damn.
the worst thing I ever heard. It's just the most generic thing I ever heard.
Generic.
If he
All right.
didn't have the crazy voice and the weird auto-tune pitch thing going nuts, it would be the most generic rap verse that we would laugh at any kid who sent. If a kid sent in that song on stream, which Cam Girl Household would be streaming after this, if someone sent a song in with those exact lyrics, we would say these are the most generic lyrics ever. Write something better.
But do we look at Carti for someone that makes the best lyrics?
But how? It's not that it's not the best. It's
Yeah.
that it is pretty much the worst. Like, it's actually as boring as any human being. Like, his verse on Pain 1993 is the most generic verse that I could ever imagine any rapper ever rapping besides the weird pitch autotune stuff. Let's just be honest. That's just 100% fact. And it really stands out after you hear Drake actually
Drake
rap.
really
And
got
Drake is playing with melodies and different, flows and stuff on the song. He's got a lot of different little things going on there. Drake, say what you will about him, but he just did so much more on that verse. And this is also the thing. Drake always goes first on songs. This is a song where maybe Drake should not have gone first, right?
No, because if it would have just started off with the racks all in my jeans, like it would have. I don't know. It would have gave it a different feel to the song. I feel like the whole allure of the song is like Drake on this fucking Pierre beat, which is insane. Like just to even think about Drake on the Pierre beat, and like when the snippet was first out of just like the little 15 seconds of Drake's part, it was like, what the fuck is Carti gonna? Because we didn't even know Carti was gonna be on it. It was like, what the fuck is Carti gonna say? And
nothing. Every day he's got to pour him a foe, and he want mo.
I mean, everybody says the same type of shit. So,
but I'm not okay with that. Like that to me is just not.
But
I'm not gonna just be satisfied with that. Especially
that's the exact type of music that you consume, though. So what was different than that?
This is not true. Who do I listen to with any sort of regularity that is not really
that's
rapping?
not pouring a 4 every day. Everybody you listen to is pouring a 4 every day.
Every rapper.
Are you joking?
But I'm not listening to it. Like I don't listen to that, and that's not my thing.
Okay. Well. Compare.
Like, okay, I listen to Future and Young Thug a lot. I listen to fucking, I listen to Greedo. I listen to Drake. They're all like, you can't compare how boring what Carti did lyrically is on that song to what Future does on songs.
Well, okay, so the whole thing with me is like my whole issue with this song and the At Me song is it feels very Young Thug derivative. Like it feels like this is like directly inspired by Young Thug, like the vocal inflections, the high pitch, just like it all just like, okay, for at one point it felt like everyone was just copying like different eras of Lil Wayne and just repeating that and shit like that. And it feels like now that's what people are doing to Young Thug. Like they're taking one little thing that Young Thug did on the song once, and they're just like copy and pasting it.
I think what Thug is the definition of what Carti didn't do on that song, because Thug plays with
it's like
flows,
what he tried to do,
crazy different flows, whatever. Like Carti, that fucking verse is so stock, and I want to know. I feel like there's a Carti bubble, like people were so enthusiastic about Die Lit. And a lot of Die Lit realistically just didn't have anything going on lyrically. It was just nothing interesting about it.
It was the vibe,
but it had a dope vibe and stuff.
It was the vibe.
I wonder to what extent this next Carti project is going to be able to survive the expectations that people have from it. Because I feel like you're seeing that backlash. When this song came out, people were very eager to shit on him. I feel like it's slightly,
it's kind of like shifting a little bit.
It's a different time period where I feel like people aren't as happy to just accept some super generic shit. And you can see that in the death of SoundCloud. Like SoundCloud rap's not popping right now. People want to hear something talented, a little bit more whatever. Like I don't know exactly how to describe it, but
effort.
I don't know.
I'm thinking, how could he have attacked that verse better and made it made it different?
Do you guys
Literally
like the
anything.
baby voice?
Anything?
Because I think that's what I didn't like about it, and I was thinking about why I didn't like it, and I think it's because we've heard too many leaks that have the baby voice
that are way better.
And I don't know, I'm kind of over it. And it's like, how much longer can you do this whole baby voice thing when it's like...
It's been like a year or two, I want to say.
We're on stream.
It's been like a year or two.
Swipe up. No Jumper Show, we're live right now.
Because there's an entire fucking rapper that's doing that whole baby voice and taking it to another level.
That's how I wanted to start this podcast by saying, how'd y'all feel about the Drake and 645 AR song?
Wait, what?
That's funny.
Oh.
I mean, that's just what it sounds like.
Wait, and also, why the fuck is
shout out to 645 AR.
Shout out to him, but the fact that his song is used for the racist TikTok.
Yo,
why did they pick him?
How did that happen?
Every TikTok, there's so many that are using them. It's so crazy.
I can't even do it.
right?
I tried to do it.
I mean, but you know what? The one thing you can say about
just yoga.
I can't.
That's
do
what
it
you can
at
say
all.
about
I can't even impersonate
645 AR versus Drake versus
Carti.
versus Carti. One thing you can say is that Carti's shit is so easy to remember and sing along to because it's so clear what he's saying, and he never says anything that's interesting or hard to remember. Whereas the 645 AR shit you can listen to all the time. I still have no idea what the fuck he's talking about almost ever, unless I go to Rap Genius and read along to the fucking lyrics.
They're probably butchering that shit too. The lyrics are probably not
There's
I still have no idea what
there's
he's
a
saying.
lot of value in rapping in such a
Remember them
simplistic
days I ain't had
style.
no racks. Remember them days I ain't had no stacks.
Even that is more interesting than anything Carti said on.
That song is beautiful though.
It is beautiful.
It's like you like feel the pain in his fucking high pitched voice.
I guess because you know what it is. Every time you put
Should
out
Drake
an album,
have swapped out 645 AR for
Imagine.
Cardi
Yes,
on that song?
definitely.
Wow.
Wait, and then the fact that it's his highest charting debut.
Drake's
Cardi's.
or Cardi's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you
Crazy.
get. Drake
I mean,
on
it was a
track.
Drake song.
I mean, it makes
Wow.
sense, but it's like it had to be that one.
I think it was just overhyped, and that's why people are shitting on it because they were just like
Expecting like too
and
much.
and there was apparently another verse or like another like original version, like a leak version. I haven't heard it.
Oh, I've seen one of
Maybe
the
that's-
Cardi YouTubers being
Of
like,
course.
and they put out the bad one.
There are
Damn.
Cardi YouTubers.
Bro,
I was
what?
just gonna say I was watching.
Literally.
I can't remember the
What
guy's
was
name.
there was
His
a
name is
different
like
verse?
Yeah.
There's
There's
different
another
version
verse.
or something
Another
like
version,
that.
yeah.
I would love to hear what the good version of Cardi's verse on
Well,
that song
well,
is.
well, somebody
I'll
said
find it.
that's the.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you.
Oh, I need to hear that. Who are the Cardi YouTubers? by
I
the
Dude,
way?
was
there's so
just
many.
watching one. There's some
Well-
guy. I think his name is like Baba
Yeah, yeah.
Lababa or something like
some
that.
shit like- something
and
with a
he
B.
has 40K subscribers just on doing Cardi speculation videos.
I mean, he probably doesn't only do that, but he probably
pretty
is,
much. I've watched like 10 of his
Because
videos,
that's
and he
like-
just does
because that's-
Cardi speculation videos.
That's like your dig. Like your dig is not a Cardi YouTuber, but
But
like
he's a
a
Cardi
lot.
specialist.
He is a Cardi specialist, and a lot of people go to him for that type of
Phone.
content.
I'm posting the
Oh.
fucking story
I'm
since there's
posting the
nobody
fucking-
here to do it for us.
I sent Laura to post.
Laura?
Yeah,
She's not even here.
texted too.
Laura does not have the login to my Instagram
Remember them
or my
days I ain't
Snapchat,
have
so
no
I don't know how
racks.
she would do that.
Yeah,
but
what
yeah,
were we talking about?
but yeah. So I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know, like maybe the label or somebody is like fucking up the rollout of this because like
Fucking up the rollout of
Of
what
the
Drake's
Cardi?
mixtape.
of Cardi's because it's like okay, the whole thing was like the whole speculation was that it was supposed to be like Cardi's song featuring Drake, I guess, which is why it would have made sense if his verse was first.
Right.
At first, that was a speculation. Everybody thought it was going to be the single for Whole Lotta Red and shit
But
like
yo,
that.
you ever notice that Drake just like does not allow that to go down most of the time? Like typically Drake will make sure that the song is
Nah,
his.
the Block Boy JB song was his.
Yes.
McConaughey song was McConaughey's.
Oh, but that was already out. But anyway, the
Yeah.
fucking
Who else?
the thing is
Give me an
though is like,
example.
could you? I know it's late in the game for this to happen to Cardi, and it's not actually going to be this simple. But the way that like Drake did the Block Boy song and kind of made like the perfect Block Boy song, and then after that it was kind of cold for Block Boy. What if that happens with Cardi? What if Pain 1993 is like? Somehow the fact that Drake is on it makes it so that it's so big and so ubiquitous that like somehow some of the Cardi
Ubiquitous.
magic is lost
You
to
think-
that song.
I don't
mean,
think
it
that the Drake curse can be put on Cardi. He had too much of a fan base and he has a
But-
cult.
But to the mainstream as Drake
Well,
listeners,
I was looking at some
Exactly,
stuff
yeah.
on the internet, and some like people that aren't super in touch with Cardi and all his
Mm-hmm.
leaks and whatnot, they like the fucking verse.
I mean, if I was a casual listener,
Yeah, for the casual listeners,
I
apparently
still
they liked it.
I still liked it. I've
Yeah,
listened
we
to
were
it.
listening to it on the way here, and I honestly
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
There's a
I've-
great beat and Drake kills it, and then Cardi just does the most generic verse ever with a weird voice, and
And
it's
it's
like
only-
we
I mean,
just
it
have to call it what it is, you know. And it's like
it was only like 15
Niggas
seconds.
ain't gotta respect. Niggas just gotta accept that you're
but that's
old. and
that's
just,
Drake again. You're
No,
quoting the Drake
no,
part.
but
You're
I'm
not
saying
that
you don't have
every
to-
day I got up, pound me up, foul.
I'm saying you don't have to respect the Cardi verse, but you just have to accept the Cardi verse. That's what I'm saying.
accept it. Like I accept that it exists. I just don't really think it's that good. And I
listen.
just
So
I
you're not
expect
listening
more
to
of
it.
him. This
No,
You're not
is
and
what
then
I'm
the
saying.
best part is like the beat kind of drops a little bit to like create anticipation, and then it drops into his thing, and it's like very not momentous.
Yeah.
I feel like the lone wolf here, just like the outsider, just defending Cardi at every
I like
given.
Cardi.
Because it's
I did
impossible.
love the song.
The thing is that in order to like Cardi's performance on that song, you already have to be bought in on the idea
On the
that
idea of
Playboi
Cardi,
Carti
yeah.
is
so
good.
basically, you're calling him gay.
No,
I'm
it doesn't
not
have
that
to
deep.
manifest itself in a gay way, although in his case it almost certainly does.
I've never worn any V-Lone ever. There's no picture of me wearing a V-Lone ever.
you
That-
sure?
I just want to
Positive.
remind the world at large that I'm the one who took that picture of the 4 kids wearing all the V-Lone
Yeah,
outside of the
exactly.
store.
I see that
That's
everywhere.
the best picture.
That's the
ever.
best picture because the one kid has like his mom's handbag.
They all had bags. And
They all left the house in like
Do you
matching
guys
V-Lones.
remember that the mom handbag, saddlebag things? Like
That's still a thing. What
I
do you
know
mean
that's
remember
still a
that?
thing, but like the ones that are so clearly a mom bag.
Yeah.
But isn't it weird how that now there's no shows and stuff? It's like nothing is a thing anymore. Like like how would I be able to judge? Like for a second I thought like, oh man, I have no idea what motherfuckers are wearing out in the field these days. And I'm like, oh yeah, nobody does.
The funny thing is, you know those YouTubers that go out and be like, oh, like let's judge your fit, and then everyone like shows their outfit and they put like price tag like, oh, this was $50 and this was $100. They do that with like Zoom interviews now. Like,
oh no, they did a Zoom one of that. That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought that was really funny.
That's actually hilarious.
That shit got so old to me so fast. Like when I first saw like so and so talks about how much his outfit costs, because there's only so long that you can be like, oh, $1,200 on some pants. Oh my god.
But back to Drake though. I think Drake did one. He had like one of the most expensive outfits on.
I mean,
I believe it.
But it's Drake.
But what was so expensive though?
It was like his jacket was like fucking 20 grand or 50 grand or something. His fucking like
His beard haircut probably costs more than like
20,000 on
Literally.
a beard trim for Drake. You think?
Literally.
I'm down. I'm open to that idea. That makes sense to
Nah,
me.
bro. It was like he had like $1 million outfit on basically. Like his watch was like, you know,
and, like,
200K.
jewelry.
Once you start counting jewelry.
No.
no chains.
He had no chain on. He had one
wow.
watch that was at least like 200K.
Jeez.
He had like a blazer on that was worth a lot. His shoes were worth a lot, and the pants were a lot. And he had like a fucking turtleneck on or something. I don't know. He had $1 million outfit on for sure.
It has to be all jewelry.
Bro, I just said that he was not even wearing any.
Wait, then what the fuck is it?
I just said the watch was like
I feel like I've
200K.
The watch is jewelry.
He had one piece of jewelry on. He had the watch. I could send you the YouTube video. If
I
you
would
want me
love to see
fucking
this
find
because
it.
it
wanna
sounds
see
like
this.
cap. I think you're exaggerating by like
Oh, fine.
No, I
No,
think-
no. Don't get lost. No,
My girl
I know what's
texted me
gonna
a picture.
happen.
She looked good as fuck though. Okay.
Oh yeah, she
Anyway,
does. Let's
she did look
pull that up on the big screen. Let's
I
talk
will.
about.
I will. I will. Wait. Let's bring it back to Drake though. I will say my favorite song off the album from not the album, from the fucking demo tapes, From Florida with Love. Drake on the Mexico Dro plug beats. It was like the most mind blowing SoundCloud Inception fucking. I
haven't fallen in love with any of the other songs besides how deeply in love with Pain 1993 I am. So I gotta.
Are you in love with it or do you hate it? I don't.
No,
really
I have
understand.
I actually really do like the whole thing
As a whole?
And for now, I could still like listen to the Carti verse and just not pay attention to it
What
or
if it
just
grows on
whatever.
you?
Just not paying attention.
How
What
is
if
it
you
gonna
lo-
grow
How
on
many
me?
times
What if
have you
you
listened
love
to
it
it?
by next week?
I've probably listened to it 7 times.
I listened to it like 7 times today.
Yeah, but I was on stream, so
Every
it's
time
kind
I
of like the
listen to
default
it,
song
I
to play.
like it more. The song in general.
I
fuck
love
with
how
it.
we're just elevating this one generic ass song to this such a level, because this is what the whole culture does
Exactly.
with everything that fucking every time Carti farts, they just all these people
Exactly.
just act like it's such a big deal.
Because he's the messiah of rap.
Somehow we just don't like. I don't get it.
No. But okay, skip that song. I'm like,
I like the Giveon song, the fake Sampha guy.
I'm gonna be honest. I
Respect
don't
to you,
remember
but-
any of the song names at all besides.
The one with the guy.
that song was
you
already
hate
out.
it.
That song was already out. The Chicago freestyle.
No, it's not Chicago Freestyle.
Oh
it?
yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I know
No?
you're talking about that
It
one
is?
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I feel like a large percentage of the wasn't a bunch of those songs out already and shit
Yeah.
in various
Yeah.
forms.
I mean, it wasn't an album, so it wasn't supposed to be like cohesive and fucking all that
But
shit.
apparently after he, well, what did they say?
Did you see Academics taking a triple
Oh
shot?
my God, I watched that right before
He
I came
like
here.
freaked out.
He
freaked
was
out.
so excited.
Wait.
Every time he was like, "This isn't an interview." So like, how do you get in the zone, Drake? And he's like, "Did you see how all his friends like laughing in the background?"
Yeah, because he's asking them the most generic ass
Yeah.
interview ass questions that like
He just said it's not.
it's
an
the
interview.
opposite of having like a real conversation when you start saying like, so how do you get in the zone to record? That's like something that nobody would ever say unless it's an interview. But it's weird because that's the kind of
It's
shit
because he wants
nobody
to interview
wants to
him
hear.
so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
He wants to interview him. That's his goal.
But
like,
but that's the first question that comes to mind because I guarantee
He
that
probably froze
question
up.
made Drake feel like, oh yeah, I don't need to do this interview, especially when he just did Rap Radar, which to me was probably the most well thought out, well
really good
meticulous, planned fucking interview I've ever seen in my life. Like I was just like, holy shit, like. I could kind of imagine getting ready for an interview like that, but that seems like weeks or just a huge amount of work to get ready.
That
for
seemed
that.
like they just been paying attention for years, which they
That-
haven't.
But they
And-
hit everything.
Yeah.
They hit everything that people wanted to hear about. You could tell that they probably had a war room just dissecting
Yeah.
Drake's entire career.
Existence,
Like,
yeah.
can we ask him about this? And it's even crazy to think too because they cut that shit. Like Drake's people cut that fucking interview up. So who knows what they said and did that
It didn't seem that cut to me, but you can tell it was cut.
You
obviously.
definitely weren't paying enough attention. If it
Yeah,
didn't seem cut up.
I kept looking away. That's why.
There's all kinds of little fucking weird little tricks where you can tell they're like, oh, they definitely just cut that short right there. It's a whole thing.
Oh, trickery.
So speaking of Playboi Carti, not really, but anyway, we're on Saturday. Or was it Friday? Either way, we found out that Josh got super sick. Yeah, it was Friday. So Friday, Josh came to my house to help out, and then he leaves, gets back to his house, immediately gets super sick. What are you sitting over there for?
We're kind of scared.
You're going to be blocking the camera.
Oh,
Obviously, I'm going to tell you that I don't have the coronavirus if I'm here. But so Josh tells us that he's super sick. The nurse, that when he gets checked out of the hospital or the doctor or whatever, she says he's exhibiting a lot of the signs that would make us think that he has corona. And then I was with him just right before that, and Lena was too. So like me and Lena immediately stop our whole day. We go to the drive-through fucking thing to get tested for the coronavirus. We sit in line for like 2.5 hours. We finally get up there, and then they give you like a cotton swab. You rub it around in your mouth and shit, and then you take it and you put it in the jar. I mean, honestly, I fucked up my fucking tests.
How'd you fuck it up?
Because there's like a plastic container with the liquid in it that you're supposed to take.
So your results aren't even accurate.
No, because I had to redo it. They had to give me another test, which is pretty bad.
That's crazy that you had to wait 2 hours. Because remember I told you I did it maybe like a month ago or something? Yeah. I was the only person in line.
Really? Because my sister is like a half hour north of us, and she said she went to do it, and there was no fucking line at all. We did it in Woodland Hills, and it was
a terrible place to go.
A line around the whole fucking hospital. It was nuts. But then when
you did it at a hospital.
Was it a hospital? I don't know. Yeah, probably.
It's probably mine was like a weird parking lot.
Yeah, it's just like a huge parking lot. And then once you get around, like the people are completely masked up, completely covered. They have like a big long handle thing, and they hand you the test, so they don't have to get anywhere near you. They're like yelling at Lena to keep her fucking windows shut, like close your windows, close your windows. Like it was nuts. And
that sounds kind of scary.
Just found out today that Josh doesn't have it.
That's good.
So what about your results?
We didn't get that yet.
So you could be asymptomatic, passing it on to us right now.
I really hope not.
I was sharing a spliff with Josh like the morning that he got sick. So
maybe it just didn't flourish into your system yet.
What? Maybe he had just like a stomach bug or something.
Yeah, it looks like it because it wasn't.
Dude, that's how I felt the other day. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
You have a lot of stomach bugs.
Yeah, my something's wrong with my insides, honestly.
Really?
Drink a lot of water.
I tried to open up to you last weekend.
About your stomach?
Yeah, someone brought it up.
I read that in the comments.
Yeah.
What did you try to open up about?
They were like, house phone tried to open up. They just completely ignored
They
them.
were like, house phone's crying for help. But
what was it? What did you say?
I was like trying to go into like drug addiction and shit. You guys were like, anyway, so blah, blah.
So Carti.
I'm just like, all right, man. Whatever.
Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now.
It's because me and you have these conversations off air every other week. So then, I don't know, maybe if you want to keep it off air. So
I'll keep it off air.
I forget that people do drugs because I'm like so separate from that drug world now, to be honest. Like it's like hard for me to remember that people deal with that. But okay, so you feel like you're all fucked up on drugs? Let's talk about it.
Do you want to talk about it?
Not really.
I feel bad. I feel like a bad
He
friend.
brings it up and then it's like, nah, I'm all right.
See, we tried.
because I'm fine. That's why, I just be going through it sometimes. I feel like I don't know.
Every day you pour you a foe?
Nah.
I think your biggest problem. I mean, should I just read you on air right now?
No,
yeah, read them.
I don't need you to do
read them like
that,
a book. Let's hear about it.
I mean, his biggest thing seems to. Okay, sorry, I'll stop.
What is it? What's the biggest thing?
No, it's not even that bad. I think the boredom thing is your biggest problem. Is when you get bored, you're like, all right, let's turn up. But yeah, don't get bored.
But do you get fucked up alone?
Definitely not alone. He's not like that.
I have too many friends that get fucked up, so I think that's another problem too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to act like your spokesperson.
No,
I apologize.
it's okay. I thought you were about to say some whole other shit.
I would never.
I was like, yeah, this is your drug of choice. This is
ketamine.
This is the people you hang out with. I'm like, yeah, I thought you were about to go in like that.
Why would I do that?
Was it ketamine?
Relax. Nah, dude.
Ketamine crib?
Yeah, I'm off the ketamine. Actually, somebody mailed me a box of ketamine.
Wow.
You guys remember anthrax? What happened to anthrax?
Mail us some ketamine. Do not say that. What if they do? And what if you just end up doing it?
I don't think they have the address to this place. Hopefully
no,
not.
they don't. But we should get a P.O. box, though. That's a good point. That way we can get stuff
I need to get a P.O. box so I can stop giving brands my home address.
We should get a P.O. box just so that we can start getting some free clothes again.
Streetwear review.
Yuri's like, yes, as he wears an old-ass Guess shirt. He got for his birthday. Your girlfriend gave you that?
Old ass.
She knew you like Guess?
That's honestly kind of fire, honestly.
Also, your hair looks insane. Sorry.
Me?
No, him.
Oh, his hair?
You look like you put a wet finger in a socket.
Yuri's just...
You look like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
It's crazy how fast his hair grows when you think about how it doesn't seem that long ago that I shaved his head, and now look how long
that
it
was a
is.
long ass time ago.
That was at least like 4 months ago.
Because that was when the eyebrow girl came around.
Eyebrow girl.
Right?
Who's
One brow girl.
Yeah,
Who's one?
Monobrow. She has
Shout out to
she
her.
has a really nice eyebrow.
Shout out to her, man.
that's
She's
really
cool.
And she's very pretty.
No, she's very, very pretty. But it's
Very
so crazy
attractive.
to think that Yuri could have
Passed that up.
could have been flying to London to like hang out with her or whatever.
Oh, you would have got coronavirus.
And then instead he found a round the way girl, started dating a California girl.
I kind of like that you got a girl next door and not a fucking super famous like model.
Super famous, but she also
She was on like fucking like Ellen or something.
She was already about to not fuck with Yuri because he started talking to his girlfriend. Remember there was that other random fan with the huge boobs.
She got
that girl was all trying to kick it with Yuri, and the fucking unibrow girl got mad as fucking him for talking to huge boob girl.
How did you find out?
Because we talked about it on here. And then everybody sends it to
just
her.
like now he's about to get in trouble because you just said all this other shit about
No,
him.
it's but what happened to that girl from Maryland with the boobs that used to like Yuri? Remember her? I'd like to lurk her right now.
Yo, can you relax?
What?
Like,
He didn't
You're
even meet her.
you have ruined multiple relationships.
No,
by just,
well, I'm
That's
talking-
why you just can't tell Adam.
I'm
anything.
literally
Adam
only
anything.
talking. I'm
Don't
not
tell him
saying
anything.
anything about all the cheating that Yuri has done since he got in a relationship. I'm just talking about the girls he was talking to
Yo,
before then.
She's literally gonna lose her. Like, I
No,
don't think
she's not gonna do anything.
Like,
Yuri's
I
gonna kill
know.
you. And
Yeah,
you say,
actually,
like
yeah,
I would know if Yuri was shady. You think I would know? He would know not to tell me.
yeah, for sure. No, but I'm saying like
I'm not talking about it on
Yuri
here.
gets really sensitive because I think that Yuri thinks that his girl is gonna trip, but it's like I think she knows that we just clown on him and just say crazy shit, but I don't think that he is confident in her knowing that we're playing.
If your girlfriend gets mad at you for me talking about girls that you actually did talk about, or that you actually did talk to, that we talked about you talking to them on the podcast,
I'm so
and
over
she
this
watched the podcast, and she obviously
I don't
would
think
know.
she sits there and watches every podcast.
Maybe
She
not, but I
definitely
mean,
doesn't.
it's all public record, and it's not like he even did. It's not like he even met either of the girls that we're talking about. He just talked to them on the DMs a little bit.
Do you
I
know
don't
what,
even know if he did that.
You know what's crazy though?
I got you, Yuri.
Tory Lane's putting a hit out on Celina Powell.
Oh,
And, okay,
wait, do we
Sorry, transition
allegedly?
change.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, sorry,
You gotta
allegedly.
say
Sorry,
allegedly.
sorry.
I have information. Not really, but she
Sounds-
told me
Allegedly.
that she lived in the same building as him in Miami.
What?
Like when I did the interview with her,
What?
and then it turns out that's the building that she saw him in front of, and she had said that she was in the same.
That doesn't sound very safe for
like
her.
he had a condo in the same building in
Oh,
Miami. I
where
guess.
there's a quarantine at the top
Right. Well, there can only be so many fucking spots in
Miami.
in Miami,
There's
right?
Probably a lot
Like,
of spots in Miami.
But like high end, like cool sort of like condos.
that bum
that
ass
cool.
bitch is not
pe-
living in no fucking high end anything.
I mean, she has an OnlyFans now.
And
I don't know.
She pulled up in like a 2003 fucking Corolla.
Right.
Fuck her.
Are we
dude.
offline?
Yeah, there's completely no internet now, but it's still recording.
God damn it! It's
God
still
damn it.
recording. We're probably gonna have to
can
just
check.
make this its
Yeah,
own thing.
yeah,
on
we gotta
there.
just put this on.
I wonder what
on-
could possibly be happening with the internet. That's scary.
I think a lot of people are using the internet right
like
A lot of people. There's not a lot of people in
Even
like
in
a
here.
fucking
now.
one
I mean, like in this area.
in the world at
I
large.
don't think that should affect it. I know that affects it in China, but there's like 1 billion people there.
And saying a lot of people are using
lot
the
of people
internet.
are
They're
using
using our internet.
A
No,
lot
and,
of people are using the internet at all times of the day.
and that's the thing is that we've been on quarantine for 2.5 months. So how could it be different? I don't know.
It's
But-
probably it's more people around now, but that
It's,
doesn't make.
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
a theory though, because I remember when I went
Yeah.
to China, it was like, oh, if you use the internet at 2 a.m., it's way faster than if you
I
use
believe
it
that.
like at 9 a.m. when people are at work.
And I mean, anytime you're at a music festival, the internet never works because there's
Never
5 million
works.
people using the
Yeah.
service. Yeah. Damn,
Never
this is gonna be actually. I think this is our maybe
yeah,
our
it
first.
It did stop working.
This is our first episode of the No Jumper Show that will not have been aired live. A very small percentage of it will have been aired live.
Sad.
The
So
first.
what are we
however-
gonna do?
Cinco de Mayo stream.
Are we deleting the one that was already live and then putting it all
Yeah,
together and uploading?
we're just gonna have to upload this as soon as we're done. Yeah. That's
Okay.
Campbell
Different,
strokes
different.
her chin. I wonder how it will impact our views because I noticed that we had 111K last week, which is
People
pretty
seem to
good.
like it.
Yeah, we've been going up.
Was that because we were live?
Well, I mean, we're always
I
live.
think it's just good because we're consistent. And I was trying to understand.
So we got here earlier today.
Well, also if
At
you have
5:30 p.m.
if you have 5,000 people or 4,000 or whatever watching it live, that's going to contribute significantly to your view count. You
yeah.
know, so I'm
It
pretty
doesn't
sure.
count as 5,000 or 4,000.
Well, it's going to be like however many, because if you have 4,000
Oh, yeah,
people
going
watching,
in
it's
and out.
people are constantly going in and out. Pause.
You're
But
right.
then that all counts as viewers and stuff. So I'm sure that definitely helps get the number up. You want to know what we're doing that's annoying is that people are going to watch this and they're going to be like, yeah, we really wanted to hear about your fucking internet going out. But then also,
it's interesting to us.
But you know what is so boring? The other day I listened to this poker podcast and I realized...
already sounds boring.
Right. That does sound boring. I like checked out already.
To me, that's interesting. But this is the problem is that for the first like 45 minutes, they're talking about the coronavirus. And then I realized, and I'm like, holy shit, like they have nothing to offer beyond like, you know, shit I already know. They're just offering complete and total speculation. And I just accidentally ended up watching 45 fucking minutes of it for no reason.
Apparently you were drawn in.
Hey, spark that joint.
Oh, you want to get high?
I think we're still not live. Should we finish the Celina topic?
We're not going to be live at any point. Yeah, we should definitely keep going about Celina. All right. So she hits me up.
Lives in the same building.
She lives in the same building as him. This is kind of roughly what I put together from her is that she said that she basically like saw him, ran up, started barking on him, and then
she ran up to him.
Yeah, and then
like a bad
but
idea.
then the other girl is apparently she's on Love and Hip Hop. I forget her name already, but she is a girl that Joe Budden previously dated, and that's that's the one who beat up Celina. And even though Tory is named in the criminal complaint, it's not like he's actually being charged with anything. But the girl is the one that Celina is trying to sue here.
All I gotta say is stream the new Toronto 3. Shout out my boy TL, Tory Lanez. Shout out my boy
TL.
He's TL to me now.
I should listen to him. I remember when I interviewed him, I listened to a lot of him and realized like, wow, Tory Lanez is really good. Why do I not listen?
Yeah, he's good at singing and rapping.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Super talented.
Listen, man, I respect him because he keeps the same energy, bro.
He really does.
Maybe he should rap.
They slapped up Dax, made him apologize on video.
That was crazy.
Sent his goon bitch to slap up Celina.
Bitch.
I'm fucking riding with TL, bro. I'm Team Tory.
I mean,
stream the new Toronto 3.
You say this
Shout
and
out
I don't even
Radio.
think you streamed it.
I have not streamed it, but guess what? Stream the new Toronto 3.
Do you
My
think
boy TL.
would Tory Lanez be bigger if he rapped in a baby voice? Because I guarantee that every single verse on his new project is a lot better
The new Toronto
lyrically
3, which you should stream now.
Which you should stream now to support Celina Powell.
Yo, relax.
To help him survive the lawsuit that he's no doubt going to have from her. She's going to subpoena the texts probably. I mean, probably not.
Don't give her any ideas.
She was all texting me like, "Oh, like promote my OnlyFans. I'm
Dude,
getting a lawyer."
Sucks so bad.
You know, lawyer?
I mean, I tried to be cordial with her, and then she was just fucking weird, dude.
I finished my video about Safari's OnlyFans.
Don't care.
You don't want to look at it?
Don't care.
Really.
You don't want to look at the outline of his dick in his boxers? Because that's mostly what you see.
Don't care. Do not care.
Would you look at Alex's? Did you?
Don't care.
I gave you the login.
I think I looked at it. She had like, it was like, say this is the whole ass. It was only like the top like crack of the ass showing.
Yeah, Safari's kind of like a scammer OnlyFans guy too, because you don't actually see the cock. Like you don't really see Alex's pussy.
You were literally trying to. Yeah.
I mean, he already put out his dick on Snapchat before.
You didn't really see it that good. I want to rewatch that video the other day. There's definitely a market. There's a market for high quality Safari schlong.
This is your boss, Yuri. This is your boss.
I love that this is stopped on my face. I look great. I'm sorry, anyways.
That is a good shot of you.
It's a great shot.
I look very confused at you guys.
I think I don't know. I don't even really acknowledge that in the video that there's anything weird about me looking at Safari's OnlyFans. Because to me, it seems so obvious that I should be able to objectively review.
Can you see how many like subscribers and shit people have?
No.
It doesn't say like this person has this many followers on there.
The only thing you can see is how many likes they have, which is kind of weird because like if somebody has like thousands of likes, that could mean that they have 10 photos that have 100 likes each. Or it could mean that they have 1,000 things with 1 like each.
Is there comments?
Yeah.
Oh, you can comment.
Yeah.
And you could see
like
other people's comments?
You're like, show me that fat BBC.
Honestly, in all my time looking at Safari's, I've been looking at Safari's comments and I've been looking at Alex's comments, and I've never seen a comment that really seemed like it was from like an actual person. They're always like, "You are so hot," or like, "Yeah," like the most generic comment.
It's OnlyFans. What are they supposed to like?
Bro, wait till you see all of the like, because in my video about Safari's OnlyFans, I just show a lot of the captions on his videos and stuff and the things that it says in his DMs that you get sent on there. It's so sus. It's so weird.
Yeah.
When he posts his DMs?
Nah, and like
you get automated DMs from him trying to sell you like premium
get this
videos.
new video of me taking a shower.
Right before I finished the video, I got a DM from Safari trying to get me to watch a 4-second video for like $25.
Of what?
Did you pay?
I'm pretty sure it's his dick. He's all hyping it up like it was gonna be his dick.
Yo, what is
You're gonna have to watch my video to find out.
What's up with the Brian Pumper video?
I got to do that next. I
thought you
recorded
already
some.
did it.
No, I have it like written, but I just haven't actually recorded it.
Oh, you sound like me with a verse.
Yeah.
I got it written, but I ain't recorded it.
I'm still like working on dialing in my configuration to film my shit because it's like I have a camera, it's got a fucking teleprompter on the camera so I can just read the stuff off the camera, but then I also have to like get up and move the thing that like has the words on. I have to be able to control it from the computer or whatever so that I can like...
It doesn't like scroll up as you're reading? That's the point of a teleprompter.
Yeah, but I need to have like a way to control it because it's supposed to be like... It's supposed to be able to tell what you're saying and then move along with the words as you say it.
Oh wow, you got it like a real one. I got like
just don't work so
I got
great.
like an iPad app thing. I'm just like,
oh really?
No.
Oh,
Boy, this that rapper we got. Damn.
That's good.
Hell yeah, I've been smoking some mid.
Yeah, you are.
Shit.
You're a mid man.
Shout out to the mid man. It's a rapper. He's fire.
I know mid man.
Shout out
He's
mid
pretty
man.
good. I actually like him.
Really?
Hesh has always been
Mid-Man.
shoving mid man down my throat.
Shout out
Pause.
to Hesh.
Yeah, they
Don't.
No.
Hesh is hitting me up the other day talking about, who should I get to do this revenge photo shoot? Blah blah blah. He's like, I think I'm gonna either get Thug or I'm gonna
And he
get
did.
blank, and I'm not gonna even say who blank was because it's like one of the most famous artists in the world. And then all of a sudden it pops
Drake.
up, and they really did get Thug to do
Bro,
it.
stop
And I'm like,
playing. Hesh is a legend, bro. He really be
That
making
was
shit
crazy.
happen.
I don't know how he
He
pulled
be
that one
making
off.
he be making shit happen, bro.
Does he?
Yes, he made that happen for sure.
He made that happen. I just don't. I mean, I was surprised.
I mean, I don't know if he definitely played a part in making
he
that
said
happen.
that he was. He said he
definitely
made it
did.
happen. So
He definitely did.
I mean, getting Thug to put on like 10 different sweatshirts and stand
It's
against the
not-
wall for a little bit,
not-
that's a pretty big deal.
I'm not gonna. It is. And for any other rapper, yeah, it's probably not that big of a deal. But for Young Thug, it's like he's not just
100%.
pulling out the crib, just hopping out the crib to do that for anybody.
Yeah, if you have, like, if I had Young Thug in here, I'm pretty sure that I could probably get him to put on a hoodie to take a
Maybe-
photo, but definitely not 10.
Not to like change different outfits.
By,
and,
by
like,
number 6 or 7, like, oh, can you try this one on too? There's going to be a moment where it's like, maybe I should be getting paid for this. This is weird.
I mean, but
You're like,
that's.
can you hold this
I mean,
kendama?
that's probably exactly what happened. They probably paid him
Yeah,
a
he
large
paid
amount.
him as a model.
Cause nigga, Revenge is making bread. Shout out my boy Garrett. Revenge
I don't know.
Revenge
I don't
is
know
running
if
it up.
cash changed hands. Yeah, but Revenge does sell a lot. So I mean, if they
mean-
did, it'd be worth it.
I'm pretty sure it was worth it to invest into that.
But maybe Young Thug just wants to be a SoundCloud rapper, so he's like, let me put this Revenge
Well,
on
I mean, he also has his own label, so it wouldn't make sense for him to do it like
his own clothes.
his clothing
The
line
spider
label.
thing. Didn't
Yeah.
we talk about that on here the other
Yeah. I
day?
think
Somebody
we
said
did.
that it's not really his
Well,
clothing.
you were saying that
I
wasn't
said that
his
it was a
book.
brand prior to Young Thug, and I think Young Thug just came in and is doing something with it. But that might not be true. I didn't know further research after.
Yeah,
talking
you
about
are
it.
not fact checked at all.
I mean, I usually will fact check stuff. That one thing I did not fact
I
check.
mean, what I will say is that I was in London and they told us, oh, Young Thug
Yeah.
has
So there you go.
an opening for
Having a
his
pop-up.
clothing line, a pop up for his clothing line, Spider. We should go to it. We
There
went
you
to
go.
it, and then we didn't actually link with him there, but we linked with him at
who
Wireless.
told you this though? Like Maloof or somebody?
No, just somebody. I don't know, one of them random fucking people in London that we were
So
hanging
that
out
means
with.
that
I
they
forgot
might
their name.
not know what they were talking about.
Yeah, but
either.
everybody was referring to it as his clothing line,
Everyone
and
was-
he referred to it as his clothing
Yep.
line, and it was promoted online by people who called it a clothing line. What are you doing on your phone right
I'm
now?
looking it up right now because I need
Spider,
to
Young Thug
know.
clothing
I
line.
know what it is. It's called Spider.
What else are we
Worldwide.
supposed to talk about? This. How do you feel about not being live too? I feel kind of like
Feels weird.
sort of like
It feels
weird.
like we're like.
We're just doing this to just ourselves.
It feels like we're just doing this for
There you go.
fun.
You're right. Everything says Young
Yeah,
Thug.
it's Young
But
Thug's thing. I don't
you're
know.
right. But
But I'm saying that-
nobody ever thought that wasn't the case besides you.
You.
It's
Yeah,
because
it
I
was very
saw.
confusing.
It's because I saw it before it was on Young Thug on other people.
Right.
And I just assumed that it was like a brand.
I
thought Young Thug
I don't
came
know that
into-
you saw it on other people before that, because
I saw a lot of other people. I saw it in the Lil Key video first, who was also related to the Young Thug's label, so that makes sense.
Why would Lil
whatever.
Key be wearing it besides the fact that it's Young Thug's clothing line?
It was a fucking cool jacket. It was like a black jean jacket.
Right, but
with
again, everyone knows that it's his clothing line.
I saw samples of it and shit of it on other people before.
But
it was on Young Thug.
That's pretty normal.
That's normal.
Okay, but okay, you
I've
guys
seen
act
people
like
wear. Actually, really,
you guys
almost
are acting like it's far fetched when like I pay attention to the underground clothing scene and I've seen this brand before.
I think
Young
Ralph
Thug had
Lauren
something
might
to do
not
with
own
it.
Ralph Lauren, because I've seen other people wearing Ralph
You
Lauren
guys are
before
fucking
Ralph
stupid.
Lauren.
I mean, it's influencer marketing. You get people to wear it before it drops. It's not
Yeah.
that crazy.
I'm telling you guys that
That you came on here and
1,000
promoted unfounded speculation, and that you're now refusing to acknowledge that you were just wrong.
1,000%. He came in later, and then they made it into Young Thug's brand.
Okay,
It
well,
was
everybody
already a
at
brand.
home, again, maybe we can disprove
I will.
House Phone's theory on another level. Perhaps there is some truth to it, but I don't.
I got you.
Again,
I'll come with some proof. Don't worry about it.
I would like that.
But yeah,
I like my conversation about Young Thug, or about Carti versus Lil Mosey in terms of
Yeah, that-
mysteriousness.
I was
Because
like,
the more I think about it, the funnier it seems.
That was the
'Cause
most random
Lil
example.
Mosey has zero mystery.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I
But
mean,
dude,
I've seen him more times than like. Okay, no. I was
he's
gonna say
everywhere.
Yuri.
Now I follow him on TikTok, now that No Jumper has a TikTok, which, by the way, if you leave a comment on the No Jumper TikTok, then you will be eligible for
my
winning
God.
a merch / kendama.
Whatever happened to the?
Yeah, people keep
Whatever
DMing
happened
me
to
about
last week's giveaway?
We did. I posted it all on the
Oh,
story
you
and
did?
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
People
Listen.
were DMing me like, "Pick me." I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
don't
want to
have
make
control
this a
over
PSA right now. It's like I have nothing to do with like anything posted on No Jumper, Instagram, just don't DM me because I don't know what to tell you.
But you
Oh,
still
yeah.
probably want the DMs, right? Because that's just somebody talking to you.
I mean,
I mean, do I? No,
Do
no,
I
I
really?
don't.
Don't y'all need people to talk to?
everybody's just
No,
like, yo,
no.
tell Adam this or like tell
Oh, yeah.
Adam to
Yeah,
send me a
PSA,
kendama. Blah, blah.
We're
I'm
not
like,
doing music video uploads anymore, right?
Nope.
Stop
We're
asking
not,
me for
stop
that.
asking me how you get on the No Jumper YouTube. I have no idea. DM him.
It's
DM,
funny
and then
because
also DM him
Any
about,
Adam
about
questions, direct them
DM
to
him.
Adam.
people saying tell Adam, like, and then
Whatever.
like something self-promotional from you. Like, can you imagine how I would feel if one of you guys like actually DM me and was like, yo, look at this. Like this thing is super dope. And then I looked at it and I'm like, wait, this shit sucks. What are you talking about? And then I'll be like, wait,
What the
Kim,
fuck
you,
is
you got paid to send me
Wait,
this? Like,
wait.
you just fucked up our trust forever.
No, the funniest one, can I say it?
Well.
Is I think someone was offering him money to do something like that, play their music or like show you his music, and he
Literally.
offered, how about I just sit here and play it, and if he happens to hear it, he hears it.
Because I
That
like
one was the best
Because it was
one.
just like, what?
I like the idea
one
of
works.
getting a brand deal to just sneak something into someone's life. Like, what about this?
I
What
told
if-
him I would just text it to you. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just literally like.
Okay.
I'm like, if you pay me the money, I will send you the text of me just texting it to
Dub
him and see
definitely
what he
does that
says.
shit to me. Dub will definitely tell me to check out a rapper. A couple
And I'm
times
like,
I looked at it, I'm like,
Look, and
you
I'm
just
like,
told this dude you were going to tell me about this, huh?
yeah, no, and then it's like he might not even look at it. He might look at it and be like, this shit's terrible. I'm not guaranteeing you anything is gonna happen, but I will send the message.
If you send me a random SoundCloud link, honestly though, I'm not going to click it unless you explain
What
why
it
I
is,
should click it
exactly.
in a convincing way. Because to me, listening to a random SoundCloud song on my phone,
I've never
for like
done
a
that
couple
to you,
min-
though.
No,
I've never
because
looked-
that's
Yeah, I
just.
don't do that either.
But okay, what about this idea? You get on a big podcast, like you get on Joe Rogan, and then you just turn it into your own brand deal. In the middle of it, you just turn to the camera and you're like, I just want to say that this podcast is sponsored by audible.com. And then you do your own ad on someone. You think he would
I'm
just
about to-
stop you?
Well-
Like, yo, that's not
Well,
allowed.
Yes, I think
Well,
you
guess
definitely.
what?
It's not live, right? Is this live?
Not
yeah,
anymore.
then he's definitely cutting that shit out.
Well,
and,
guess
not-
what?
and then taking you off.
Guess what? My Puff Bar ad is coming soon. Official Puff Bar. DM me on Instagram.
Official Puff Bar.
we
Love
gotta-
you guys so much. Where's my fucking puff?
Remember
we
you
went
I was
to-
like,
we
where's
went
my
to
Puff
Oh, yeah, we
three-
did get a box of that, right? A puff
no,
bar box.
no.
or
No,
something?
we got
You
something
guys,
else. They
you
DM
guys
me.
got Plug and Play. They also DM
What
me
the
too.
fuck is a puff bar, by the way? It's a
But anyways,
Nicotine.
Puff Bar.
It's a vape
We went to
thing.
like
Vape.
3 different spots before to get Puff
There
Bars.
was
They're
none
just
here,
so
bro.
rare. They're so sold out. But
So
we're
that's
looking
wh-
for you, Puff Bar.
but it's a vape thing.
Yeah.
They already sending mine. We not looking for you.
You vape?
I like this
He's a
one.
vapor now.
This one I really stand behind.
I don't know. I feel like I answered a DM.
What do you
from
guys
him.
think about Elon Musk's baby name A-X12?
That's real. Because when we were
I
like,
hope it's real.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
when
Oh,
we
yeah,
started
happy-
talking about baby names, me and Lena, it's like
you were like, if we're
That's
gonna
what you
name
thought
it
about?
B12.
well, but we started having a problem where a lot of the baby
Spirulina.
names are just like a lot of the ones we liked end up being like on the list of like the top 50 most popular names from last year
That's
because
not a problem,
What is that?
though.
Yeah,
right, but you don't want to give your kid
name's
like some
Adam.
super generic name. I know my parents did it to me. And my sister Sarah, I mean, that was one of the top names of that year
of
as well.
whatever year,
but
yeah.
that's kind of the question because then you look at somebody like Kanye and Kim or any of the Kardashians, they seem like they're kind of like putting out the weirdest, like craziest names.
You want to name your kid like Apple so bad.
Kerwin and what's her name
Was it-
snapped
is it
with
Leaf?
no Waffle.
Waffle.
That's the Waffle Frost. That's the best name ever.
That's so crazy.
That's a really good name.
Wait, but before we get to that, I just want to say though, that does appeal to me. The idea of giving the baby like a crazy original name that's like one of a kind. I just don't think I'm ready for how much thought it would take to come up with an actual good option. And also,
Yeah.
I know that even if I had a really cool option that I really liked,
I don't think Lena would like
Lena
it.
would never go for it.
Because do you guys remember when they first said Kanye and Kim said their name was Northwest? We were like,
Fire.
what the?
Great.
I thought, what the fuck?
I
But
thought
then
that
the
was a great
more
name.
that she's a human being now, we're like, oh, Northy, that's such a cute name.
Yeah.
Nor
Stormy.
Nor.
Stormy
Great
is
name.
just boom. It's like branded, like you're a celebrity instantly because nobody's ever going to be able to
Stormy
forget this
Daniel.
name.
I know. Whoa.
There is another
Pause.
Stormy, yeah, but no, but
What?
she's an I.
Yeah, this
Which
is
one's which one's
Stormy is with a Y.
Sorry, I don't know
You
how
have
her
to say
name is spelled.
you have to say pause just because she said the name of a woman who has had sex on camera.
Yeah, because this is like Travis Scott's child, and she's like a literal like.
That's a
infant.
different era
I'm
of
not
Stormy.
comparing
I don't want.
them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
I don't
saying
want.
they have
I
the
don't want to
same-
put them in the same sentence.
Do you think
at all.
Travis
That's
Scott
weird.
and Kylie had that conversation though? Like, oh, what about Stormy Daniels? She was
the only other Stormy
she
I
was a
know.
popular porn star like 15 years ago. Like,
Nah.
this is a long time before we knew. They named their baby before we knew about the fucking thing with the Stormy Daniels and Trump and shit.
And then the character Storm, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For X-Men?
bro?
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
They got the most dripped baby I think of all time.
So cute.
You know, it's funny. One of 'em- I can't leak the sneaker store, but one of my homies that work at the store, he was one that told me that Travis Scott was for sure having a baby before it was even public because he went in there and bought hella rare old Jordans in the baby size, like all baby ones, like like the coolest, rarest, most expensive Jordans.
Yeah, but at
and-
the same
and
time,
shit that you could
like
buy
unless
for your
you're
kid.
asking Travis, like, hey, are you having a baby? Like he could have been buying it for his nephews,
Nah, but like
nieces.
he's like cool with this store, and like he was saying, oh, it was like for my daughter. That's
So
about to be
basically,
born.
you was in these streets and you knew that Travis
I got
had a
plugs in
baby.
here. I got plugs.
Well, you know what's a weird thing when I think about my nephews is that they don't even fuck with sneakers because they grew up wearing Crocs. So they think
That's so
sneakers
cute.
are so
Uncomfortable.
dumb. They like don't understand the concept of like why you would want to tie your shoes up because they've rocked Velcro shoes, I guess, and they rock fucking
Velcro's
Crocs.
fun.
Yeah, it's just super easy. And if you really think about it, I mean,
Yeah, right.
tying shoes is
That
a lot of work.
and babies grow so fast. Your
Yeah.
fucking $500 shoe will fit today, but not
I
tomorrow.
mean, but that's why they're
obviously they're millionaires. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
like, and they're just kind of cool. Those are like cool, like collectible items. It's just like, yeah, the kid wore them like once. You can fucking put them up on the drawer, like on one
Baby
of the
shoes
things.
are very cute.
If you want to just own a
Very-
bunch of random expensive shit, yeah, that's cool.
You know, like you have to
I
be
guess that's
into
a
like
collection,
yeah,
baby-
you
baby
would have to
shoe
like be
collection.
into like fucking buying cause dolls and like all the other shit like that, bro. I have a homie.
Yeah.
I have a homie that can send his kids, their kids, and their kids to fucking college off of these little fucking dolls, off the cause dolls. Like,
Is it
even-
the chubby boob guy?
Sick. What? Like,
I'm not supposed to say it?
I don't really understand.
you like
that deal.
kondamas though? You think
Yeah, but
kondamas
that's,
are
I actually
cool.
like playing with them.
This just
Maybe they like
it's
playing
it's an
with the
art
cause
art
dolls.
piece. You feel me?
That's cool. I just don't personally.
Different
like,
collabs.
I don't get it.
Bro, this nigga has a case of fucking Cause Hennessy collab, and like these bottles are really rare to find, like just one of them, and this nigga has a case of them with like 8 in one.
Why
big
was it a
thing.
secret to not say his name?
I don't know. I don't want to just like
Oh.
I don't know. Cause he got crazy shit, bro. Like that's my nigga.
You shout out everyone you don't know, but you can't shout out your friend that has that.
I'll
your
shout
real
out my
friend.
shout out my boy Joe. Shout out to Chubby Boob, CNBC. My bad.
CNBC.
I just never got into like owning shit, like just having a bunch of random collectibles.
Yeah, we
it just
know.
never made sense to me.
Yeah, you wear Fashion Nova every day. We get it.
I do not actually. But I can say now in the latter half of the podcast. No, I do sometimes.
What if your Fashion Nova brand deal ambassador person like just loves No Jumper and watches all of these?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
totally
watches all
fine.
the
No,
way
I
to
do.
the
I
end.
wear sometimes the jeans and shit are cool.
Now he's trying to do the.
No, I do. But anyway, I mean, that clearly is just different. It's just I just wonder like what is missing in me that I don't just have. Like when I went to Ben Baller's house, I'm like, holy shit, you have so much like cool, colorful, expensive looking shit all over the walls. I don't know what any of this shit is, and I could never even imagine starting to like go buy a bunch of shit to put on my wall. If I showed you the
prices on some of that shit, bro, on like you wouldn't even like just the Murakami pillows alone are fucking expensive. Those fucking I don't know. Like, I can name you all types of random novelty shit. Like they got like baked Pepsi sodas.
I just don't get the why.
I think that you're just
would you buy
a
a baked Pepsi?
Guy.
You don't have to drink it.
Why would I buy Bape anything?
Exactly.
He's so funny.
If somebody gave me a bunch of Bape,
guy.
I would put it on eBay. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Why
you got
would
like
I not put
Supreme
it on
shit
eBay?
at your house still that you're never gonna sell.
I can say that there's a lot of like expensive clothing that I could look at and be like, oh, that looks cool. Bape is definitely not on that list.
It's just like
I don't get it.
You're not
wear purple.
You're
camo?
not like connected to the.
I've been
the
aware
heritage of it, you know.
I've known about it
since Lil Wayne had the fucking all purple camo.
I've always known about it, and I always was like, why the fuck would I want to look like a camouflage fucking Easter egg?
Well, just like the shoes itself,
cool.
it's like bro, like the shit.
You think that's cool?
Yes,
shit was so far.
You look tight.
Not anymore. It's been very oversaturated.
It's obviously
and like,
played out now, but
it's like it's just like from like the standpoint of like it was so unique at its time when it first was like coming out, bro, in like the early 2000s. It was like
unique.
Nike, because like Nike, it's basically like a remixed version of the Nike Air Force One, because the shoe really got popular before like the whole just camo on camo tiger zip up shit. Like the shoe was more popular first, and it's like
so
the colors.
Lame. I just don't understand why the fuck would
I'm trying to
anybody
give you
want
a
to walk around
practical
looking
reason
like
of why
that?
it was like popular, but
I remember
it was different. It was just different.
I had a friend in Brooklyn back in the day who got hit by a car and got like a settlement. I don't know what it was,
he
like
went and bought all
10,000 or
Bape.
some shit. You know, he bought mad Bapesters. And I remember,
That's so fire.
I
That's
remember
such a
him,
flex.
but by the time I started hanging out with him, he like was now ready to admit that he had like fucked up, because when he got that money, he just spent it all on drip,
shit.
and then
So
he
stupid.
now
He
just
could sell
didn't
all
have
that
any
drip,
money. Nah, but he was probably riding in that shit, or at least fucked it up and
That's
stuff.
stupid then.
but
If you had it and kept it in good condition,
But
and like
he was like, man, I wasted so much money on Bapesters and shit. And I was like, why? Why did you spend all that? Like, why did you spend that much money on all that shit? He's like, I don't know.
it could have been, but if he would have did it the right way, which none of those niggas, bro. When I was watching like the last days of The Rock, they were talking like Dame and all them were talking about these fucking Rockefeller Air Force Ones that they had at the office, and like Beanie Siegel or somebody was like, why did I never get a pair? Like, why did I never pick them up? Because like they're worth like $2,000 now, or like like
wow.
25, like they're worth a lot now basically. And like it was like one of those sneaker stores, and they had somebody old from they had like Dame on there and other people from The Rock, like, oh, I fucking should have kept a pair of those. It's like,
I'm trying to picture how stupid I would feel if I was wearing Bape, just walking around like that.
Like
I would just feel so crazy.
In your house right now, if you had some fucking like say you lived at the same house for the last 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had some Bapes that somebody gave to you randomly, and you never wore them, you just kept them in your fucking closet the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You could sell those same shoes for fucking multiple thousands of dollars like now.
I mean, I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff I could buy and then sell at a later date for more money.
Like
I'm talking about how I feel about the way that it looks as
those
clothing.
Supreme 5s you got are tripled in value since however much you pay for them.
Yeah.
You feel
You
me?
didn't wear them?
We wore them probably like once, right?
I won one time for a photo, I think.
You have that Supreme 3-6 Mafia shirt that probably also at least doubled or tripled in value by now.
I got a Mike Tyson shirt and a Dipset shirt, I think.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, that's cool. If you want to like buy clothes and like save them to like make money, I just don't personally like care about.
I'm saying you could
any
do
of
that.
Yeah,
You could. It's not like
that's cool.
you know?
That's cool for other people.
It's like, bro, I'm gonna get this fit off and then I'm gonna flip it. You feel me?
I just could never.
I've had these same Jordans like 5 different times. Bro.
I just can't imagine putting money and time into like looking
cool.
I guess
you just don't want to be.
You just don't.
Cool.
I think you just don't care about fashion.
I feel like
fine.
I'm gonna be like this until I'm like fucking 70,
but
80.
think about how fucking lame dudes look when they're actually older and they're just wearing like all this fucking ridiculous.
You just said you went to Ben Baller's
shit.
house and he had all the crazy shit, and I'm like, that's how I want my crib to look when I'm fucking 50, 60 or whatever, however old. Fucking.
I think Ben Baller, if you ask him about it, would probably acknowledge that he's had to tone it down a bit in terms of how he's dressing and shit. Because
how
when
you dress every day, and what you own is different though.
But this is my thing is that through my teen years and my 20s, I wore Vans or some basic ass skate shoe, and I wore regular ass jeans, and I wore t-shirts, and we thought anybody, like for me as an 18-year-old BMX kid, if you told me that you spent a couple $100 on a fucking colorful hoodie, I would have told you that was the gayest shit I had ever heard of in my whole life. So that's actually the weird thing is that you guys were brought up in an environment where that was like looked at positively.
No,
and
but not really.
I grew up in the opposite.
Really. Not really. It was very niche and like when I was
because in normal mainstream culture, like to express yourself through your possessions and stuff is normal. Like when I was in high school, like all the kids who thought jewelry was tight, who thought wearing Tommy Hilfiger and Nautica and all this shit was tight, like they were just that was the norm. And then
but I'm talking about like the specifics of like being so crazy into sneakers and like niggas waiting outside of lines and pop ups and shit. When that shit was first happening out here, I vividly remember that nigga, you were a weirdo to be doing that type of shit. But
this is the thing is that now
you're like generalizing it to like showing off your possessions.
At that time, BMX and skate kids were like anti-consumerism,
but
and now that doesn't even exist anymore.
No, for
because skater kids, the norm is that they are into fashion. They think it's dope to have a lot of clothes and to wear a lot of cool outfits and to spend money on that kind of stuff. And like that's the pervasiveness of consumerism is that there really are very few subcultures that have really escaped from that mentality of wanting to express yourself through your clothing, which to me, that is kind of like inherently what I'm not a fan of is that I like the idea of like, oh, okay, you buy a t-shirt from a brand and you spend $20-$30 and that's your investment in supporting that person or thing or business or brand or band or whatever. And then also you get to represent the fact that you like that thing.
You can still do that too.
That makes sense to me. But the idea of like buying into these huge hyped up brands and stuff is so foreign to me, and I've never really understood it. And that's why I've never owned Nikes, never owned Supreme.
Never owned Nike?
Never owned a pair of Nikes.
Really?
Nike is like
that's like the most common, like, you know.
But
like you never had a pair. You definitely never had a pair of Air Force Ones. He's not an Air Force One.
But it's like that's like having like I don't know. Like
but here for us,
I just didn't like
it. In LA, yeah, for sure. If you're in LA, it's like you.
No, I think the first sneaker I got was like a Nike sneaker.
I might have in like elementary school. I might have had Nikes and just didn't know.
What were you wearing, like Keds?
No, I was wearing.
But like
I wore like Vans
Nike and
Supreme and shit.
Nike and Supreme are like on two different spectrums. It's like because on some Nike shit, like you could have had that at any point in your life growing up, from toddler to fucking grown adult, you know. But like Supreme and all that shit, it's like something like if you were like into
really go out there and get that exact.
Yeah, but even to me, like my whole like time knowing about Supreme too, because I knew about Supreme for like a large part of my high school career and shit. But I looked at it and I thought it was fucking stupid, because why the fuck would you wear a skateboard company shirt if you weren't a skateboarder? You know, to me, like Supreme was a skateboarding company.
Wait,
I wore BMX brands. I wore S&M shirts every fucking day and shit.
S&M is the name of the brand.
S&M's like the biggest BMX company. How long have you been? One of.
What year did you start doing BMX?
I was like 12.
Okay, so
that was like 1950.
No, it was 1996.
Because Supreme came out in like 93, right? So and that was like the cool brand to like the skaters, like, you know, in the know. So if you were doing BMX, then you probably at least seen some fucking, you know.
But now we think it's normal.
Jason Dill.
Because
Jason Dill.
But now
like,
it's normal to be a BMX rider and then want to go like wear some random skate brand or wear some random fashion brand or whatever. That was not even on the table for like how BMX do. Like you would.
We're only wearing Matt Hoffman shirts, bro.
And even if you were a BMX rider and you went to the skate park and you were wearing like a band shirt, because I was like going to hardcore shows and shit too. So
that
I was like,
gay too, wearing a band shirt.
it was very like out of the ordinary and very weird. And I remember people like getting made fun of because
you guys are fucking the butt fuck. East Coast, like
so you could only
shit.
wear BMX.
You're in like the
brands,
whitest
if you're
town
BMXing?
like possible.
a lot
weird.
of, but that's how it was. Like when I was in high school, it was. You were either a rap
you guys are
fan
all fucking
or you were
dorks,
a fucking
like.
or you were a,
you like couldn't
alternative
mesh
rock fan, and there was very little overlap. And I liked both because I had like rap was like all I was into, but then like as I like was in my high school
they
years,
were like, choose up.
Yeah, I mean,
that's so weird.
Like people would really like make fun of me and like not fuck with the fact that I like Jay-Z and Nirvana. Like that was like
that wasn't
big
allowed.
Yeah, I remember getting a lot of shit for that.
That's really weird.
And it
like,
really
it's hard
like
to imagine now because I remember when I played the like X concert, they're like play Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know what's crazy
okay.
though? I feel the same way. Like I used to listen to Green Day and shit in like middle school and like all shit that like was not standard radio rap music and everybody was like, oh, what the fuck?
It was you were
weird.
a crunchy or a rapper. That was the terminology. Crunchy, which to me now a crunchy, if you were going to use that term, or someone who's crunchy, I think like of like a granola ass like hippie type person. Which Crunchy Black interview on Vlad.
Yeah, I know it was so fire, right?
I ain't never had to worry about money, Glad. I'll take something. That's what he said. He goes, I'll take something.
He was like, I'll go out and try to get it my best ability.
He goes, I done shot people for them. He's talking about 360. He goes, I done shot people for them. He had an old interview that Vlad read to him where he said, I killed for them.
And Vlad read it back to him.
I don't know, but Vlad's like reading him like things like from like prior interviews he did, and in like an old XXL interview, Crunchy Black I guess said like about his breakup with 3 6 Mafia that he said like I killed for them, and Vlad asked him about it in the interview, and he sort of just skips over it, like doesn't really acknowledge it, like as if that would be like out of the ordinary or whatever. But I mean, Crunchy Black's demeanor is like. I just don't even know how to put it into words. He just seems like the type of dude that like just doesn't exist anymore. He's just like a fucking one of a kind.
Yeah,
like,
just like very cut from his own cloth type character. You feel me?
I need to see this interview.
It's fantastic. He's so cool.
Did you see when he was saying that they was like taking flights from LA to New York in these 5-star hotels, but they wanted him to pay for his own. Like
they were making him stay in some bum ass hotel or something. I don't know. I would like to hear Paul's version of that and why that might have been true. And also, I'm convinced
maybe he was just a shooter. He
possibly
rapped.
He basically says that. Like he
killed for them.
I killed for them.
But he wasn't even like a rap. But he was on like Popping My Collar. Like he was on some of their big he was some of their bigger songs.
That's why I don't understand why Paul and them wouldn't like his version of it is like that they weren't taking care of him. It's like if you're really on those songs, then
you should have been getting paid.
Everybody in the fucking entourage is getting a hotel room, right? Like if you're on tour with a group, you got a hotel room, you whatever, like
shit, I guess not.
It's hard to imagine.
And you want to pay for the fucking shooter's room. They're protecting you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't want the shooter to then be like
he has to fly his own self out.
Yeah, because he might fucking shoot his way on over to that police station and tell the cops about what you paid him to do.
Whoa.
Jesus.
Damn,
Christ.
man.
If you're 6'9", you can do that. You can just say, hey, this guy.
He said he's going live.
I saw that.
6'9", but 6'9" can say, hey, this guy, I paid him to shoot at somebody, and then therefore he should get in trouble, and I will not get in trouble, even though I paid him to do that. That actually really happened in real life, though.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Anyway, but yeah, he says he's going live Friday. Apparently,
are we tuning in or what?
What time is it again?
He said he has a music video ready to go. So
his backyard music.
He said
video.
that after.
Well, that's what he's been talking about, saying that he filmed the whole music video and he had to have his security guards film it because he couldn't have like a director come in and stuff or camera people.
Fucking God.
So apparently it's going to be a video
with
with
the same security team.
It's going to be a video with
sure he can't afford them anymore.
just him in it, and that it was basically filmed by himself with some help from the security guards.
What the fuck is he gonna
remember
do?
he used to be a video guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right.
Imagine how fucking great it would be.
Record me like this.
This is the things that nobody knows where he's at right now. Wouldn't it be so good if somebody figured it out and leaked the location and stuff?
They probably will. You're probably just foreshadowing this right now because it's probably going to happen.
I would maybe feel bad if that actually happened after me saying that, because realistically, if he got his like house shut up, that would be fucked up and wrong and whatnot. But that would be
wouldn't be your fault.
I don't think that he would show the location in a way that people can fucking.
But what if somebody knew?
Yeah, what if somebody
figured it out?
Somebody been in one of these cribs before, you know?
You think?
There's no place on the earth.
You don't think he would get a new one?
There's no place in the United States that's uncharted.
He has to be in a state with no bloods. Who knows? He's probably in like the middle of the country in some random
Like
ass
if
location.
you give, dude, I've seen that don't mess with cat shit on Netflix, and I'm convinced that anybody can just like find like they could just find you if they want to.
Yeah,
that
totally.
was a crazy
like one shot from a nigga fucking
his vacuum,
living room,
bro. They found him from his vacuum.
Stop playing. Them niggas really found. They really found that nigga, bro. So
I ended up watching a random ass video about like the TJay of the North. Like there's
the dude from Toronto. Yeah. Or
because
no. There was that one too. But then you see the other one, the dude from Florida too. It was like another TJay like
that's on the run.
No,
I didn't see that.
No, he got caught, but the other dude is still on the run.
Oh, but
he's still on the run.
Because all right, when I first heard about Pressa. I heard, the first thing I heard about Pressa was that he allegedly killed somebody or tortured somebody or something, and that he was never going to be able to come to America because he allegedly like did this to somebody or whatever, and he was facing charges or whatever. Then I start seeing Pressa around, and it seems like he's able to come here fine. And then I watch this video, and I find out that this dude is actually the dude who's wanted for what they thought Pressa did, I think. And so Pressa now apparently is good, but I mean, damn, Pressa even being wrapped up in that is some wild shit. Who knows what the fuck he was into in the streets. But yeah, this other dude whose name I already fucking forgot, he's the one that
I watched that video too, but he's like been on the run for a minute too.
And he's been on the run for a year and dropping music videos of him.
What is the name of this guy?
I don't know. I could find it for you easily, but I don't remember his name.
Check the comments.
Yeah, they definitely know. Hey, also, I don't know why, but I went on this deep fucking like dive of this dude, Top 5. He's also from Toronto, and I was just like watching him. I'm just watching him beef with people on IG Live, like random Toronto beef, and I was watching this for like 2 hours. I was like, why am I?
Shout out to Six Buzz.
Exactly.
I just randomly end up watching the most random shit, dude.
Nah, this shit's kind of fire. I'll send it to you. This nigga's funny as fuck.
I was supposed to do a Six Buzz Instagram takeover. I wonder what happened to that.
Shout out Six Buzz TV.
Whatever happened to our interviews that we did at the store?
Yeah, right? Remember they interviewed us?
Come on. I'm not supposed to say the name. Six Buzz.
Do they even have a YouTube channel?
I don't even know what the
I
hell.
tried to find their YouTube channel and I didn't really find it.
I don't think it exists. The funny thing is I remember they're like, can you like do a shout out or something or whatever for Instagram story? So I did one and I did my best Toronto accent, and then they posted it and it went viral, and then someone reported it, and then they thought I reported it. I was like, no, I would never report that.
Went viral?
Viral.
I remember when they interviewed me, when Six Buzz interviewed me, they were asking me about some old tweets, and one of the tweets
was funny.
It was about it was something where I was like making fun of G-Eazy, saying that his performance was lame at the fucking Winter X Games or some shit. It was an old ass tweet. Something where I was talking shit about G-Eazy, and I'm just like, oh no, like that's going viral. I'm gonna have to hear about that. You're probably gonna smack something out of my hand or run loud, and fucking it never came out, so I never had to find out.
Why are you hating on all the white rappers?
Yeah, man, we need some white rapper unity.
I don't know.
Wait, I think G-Eazy just dropped a song with another white rapper.
What white rappers can you genuinely say that you fuck with, though?
Mac Miller. I listen to a lot of Mac Miller, honestly.
Who's white?
Faces.
Who's white? I'm trying to think
That's
who's
what I was trying
white.
to think, too. Who else
No,
is
wait,
white?
the funniest thing is you have a fake Lil House Phone Twitter, and they're an MGK and Mod Sun stan, and it's fucking hilarious.
But they stan MGK, Mod Sun, and you?
Yep.
I guess, yeah.
Like people will tag the
Shout out Mod Sun,
people
by the
will
way.
tag the show and be like, "Oh my god, House Phone's so funny."
Or did he just think it was a cool at?
No, I'm pretty sure they're pretending to be House Phone.
No Jumper on TikTok. Follow us. At No Jumper
Alright.
Official, I believe.
What are you guys posting on there?
You're going to have to go look. We got
Go check it out.
13, 14,000 followers. We only had it for like 24 hours.
Let's go. It's lit.
You got to make one. I'm about to dance on TikTok.
I was thinking about it. I was trying to learn the Doja Cat Say So dance, but it's like too many steps.
Did you see that news? And I don't know if it's actually real that Drake unfollowed
unfollowed
her
her.
because she
I
did a
wanted to
song
talk
with
about that
Nicki.
today.
I want to know if Drake really hates Nicki that much that he would unfollow Doja Cat for doing a song with her.
Damn, Drake follows
I
Doja
feel
Cat.
like-
Drake is definitely trying to smack Doja Cat.
I
on
mean,
the
she
low.
is gorgeous.
I would definitely be trying to
I
smack
love her
too.
so much.
I wonder.
She just thick and light skinned, like that's
Did you guys listen to that song?
That was disrespectful. I didn't mean to just say that. Like,
What'd you say again?
she's a great artist too. I just said she's thick and light skinned. Like,
If you do
Nah,
hook up
she's
with
actually
if
fine.
you hook
She's
up
a
with
good
Doja Cat,
artist,
you
too.
should ask her if she could throw on the chainmail.
Wait, what?
remember I told you
You
that
know what I'm
story?
talking about? That fucking Instagram clip of her that went viral of her reciting the lyrics to the box. You're uncultured. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
what were you
that
saying?
shit was funny actually.
I
yeah,
thought
that
it
shit
was the
funny.
one where they accused her of being on coke.
Do you remember I told you that story?
That too, yeah.
I told you that story about her deleting like the dude's music that she was like fucking with at the time.
Oh yeah, who was the dude? I forget.
I'll tell you after.
Oh, that was her.
Yeah,
oh, I forgot.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
She keeps getting bigger and bigger. So
she is a pop star.
It's crazy. She did a Vlad interview.
Dude, I met her in this really random circumstance at that house when that all that shit happened. She deleted his music, and to say that this is the same girl is even crazy. Remember you saying like how AD was telling you stories from like old him, and you were like, I can't believe it's the same person. It's literally like that. Like she's like Doja Cat are two different people. Like when she dropped,
we got to get AD on here sometime because AD told me a story about how he did a video shoot with YG, and you can go watch the video on YouTube actually. And a dude from a rival hood who was not in support of YG being in this video pulled up with a fucking Draco and just fucking lights up the whole video shoot. He said nobody got hit, more or less, and he also told me people who I know who just immediately pulled out their fucking thing and just started fucking bucking back at this dude. And the way he described it sounded like the fucking scariest, craziest thing ever.
Sounds like a war.
Yeah. That's exactly what that sounds like.
I mean, I was terrified hearing this tale. Yeah.
Damn. You said his videos on YouTube?
I feel like he's seen so much more in his life than I will ever see.
You don't want to see
in
some
five
wild
lifetimes.
stories. Some wild stuff.
That's
a story I feel like I can tell. Because there's no specifics, and it's like the cops know that shooting took place, but actually,
of course, you know the cops know.
Well, I mean, how the fuck would they not know if there was a shooting at such a public thing? But the crazy thing about it is that he told me that TMZ basically had the video of it and didn't post the video.
That's good.
Because
how noble of them.
Because they were looking out for whoever like was involved in the video. But that TMZ did use the audio of it, and I was like, you're telling me that TMZ had something that was that viral that would have probably gone crazy, and they didn't post it because they were looking out for the homies? And he was like, yes. And I was like,
that's
wow.
fire.
Was it that?
That's
or,
the most
or
respectable.
was it police involved?
Yeah.
And that
Well, it was that.
That's what it was, too.
I don't think Harvey gives a fuck about YG.
I don't know, but AD made it sound like they actually really looked out for that, and I mean that this was possibly like
because
you never know who they single employees like who could work there.
Maybe it was Van.
Yeah, exactly.
Van was looking out for them.
See, I could see Van being the voice of reason, and they're like, no, it's not worth us getting these two dudes locked up for the rest of their lives for shooting at each other. Let's just run the audio. I guess. I mean, it's pretty respectable of them to do that because I'll tell you right now that there's a whole shitload of.
What would you do in that predicament?
Well, firstly, out of my desire for self-preservation, I'm probably not going to be posting any videos like that that's going to get somebody locked up in LA. It would be a really bad idea. Even outside of like if it's right or wrong. Yeah. Just like out of respect / fear, I'm definitely not posting like because I mean I've definitely had videos of people beating each other up and shit sent to me, but it's like if it's not out there publicly, then whatever. But it's like. If that same video that we're talking about of YG and AD video shoot getting shot up, if that video got posted by some random page and then all of a sudden fucking academics posted and a bunch of other people posted, then it's like, fair game now I can talk about it. Now I can fucking repost it. It doesn't fucking matter. But I definitely am not going to be the one fucking breaking the seal, you know, because
you can't crack the seal on everything, man.
Yeah, because
but that's crazy because TMZ cracks the seal on everything.
Even when they got it wrong, like about our boy Kim Jong.
That was their first miss.
My mom's been telling me that was fake.
Next time they say a rapper's dead, I'm not even gonna know if I can believe him or not. Like they said Pop Smoke is dead, I believe him. They said Juice WRLD's dead, I believe that. It's like no doubt in my mind. Now
what I couldn't
I'm gonna
believe?
be thinking twice.
You know what I couldn't believe? That Lil TJay flew out Ruby Rose and just did her like that. Left her in the cold, no flight back.
I think that they both fucked up though, but I think she fucked up first. Because she saw that he got a text message from a girl that she considers a fan of hers. She probably knew who the girl was or whatever. And so she starts tripping. And she's like, I got to get out of here. And you got to buy me a flight. And then she goes to call the cops when he didn't buy the flight. That's insane on a lot of levels. Number one, if you're not his girlfriend, then you're not really allowed to trip out that hard about him talking to some random bitch.
About anything.
That's number one. And let's say that they really were kind of like dating-ish and we don't...
In one night,
according to her, they were dating.
Saying like, okay, buy me a flight home, I understand you want him to buy you a flight home, but when you're getting up and storming out of your little hangout over
like
something that is questionable that you even have the right to get mad about in the first place, buy your own flight. It's fucking like $40 for a flight back to Atlanta right now.
It's little TJay. It's like, nigga, like he's like a young 19-year-old like rapper. He don't give a fuck.
If I was in his position and I was a single guy and I flew a girl out and then that girl started going through my phone or somehow saw on my phone and was like, oh, you're fucking with this girl? I don't fuck with her, so therefore I'm mad as fuck. I'm out of here. I would be like,
all right, bye.
All right, fine. You're out of here. Cool. Like, I think you're tripping. I thought we were getting along good, but cool. You're out of here. But then as soon as she says, buy me a flight back home, I would be like,
she probably talking shit like, you bitch ass nigga.
This is over. Like, you decided that you wanted to dip out on the fly out because I was talking to another girl and we're not even dating? I'm sorry, but no, I'm not buying you a flight. Buy your own fucking flight if you're just gonna get out like that. Yeah. If you had been cool and we had got along this whole time,
I would have definitely.
Then I'm gonna buy you a flight home. Like, of course. Like, why would I not? But like,
I feel like there's some details missing about how it led up to the point of her calling the cops. Because that sounds so weird. You wouldn't just call the cops.
Well,
like,
she didn't.
You're not buying me a flight,
if
so I'm calling the cops.
He didn't put his hands on you, then what the fuck are you calling the cops for? The cops are gonna laugh at you.
That was his whole point too. He was just like, she was on some op shit, so that's why I had to embarrass her.
And that at first. My opinion of seeing this whole thing was TJ's fucked up for putting her on the gram like that because he should not have done that, blah, blah, blah. But then when I realized what actually happened and the fact that she was calling the cops, I was like, all right, put her on the fucking gram. That's crazy because let's be real, like Ruby Rose has been associated with a lot of people in the streets and stuff a little bit. Like I know like she said in an interview that she like was pretending to be a blood for the video or whatever. She ain't really a blood, whatever. Yeah. But I mean, that's just too much. You calling the cops about that? That makes us that
makes me question. Like
I'm speaking just for like other people in her life, but if I was somebody that like might be like thinking about chilling with her and stuff, and you're kind of in the streets or whatever, aren't you gonna then be terrified about her knowing about the shit that you do that you don't want people to know about because you went up and called the cops over nothing? That's bugged out. I'm sorry. I actually really, really like Ruby Rose, and I actually really believe in her career because I think her music is good, and I think she's
got a good team of writers.
I think she, who knows? But I think she's a star, like 100%. I think that this is probably.
But she can't be doing shit like that.
That was weird.
But I'm gonna keep it real though. At least she didn't like like they had a little back and forth on Twitter, which I'm still suspended from. I had to like go watch it from Safari. But anyway, no
Safari Samuels.
No, but
that's a good shirt.
She did just tweet with like, oh, I'm gonna hold this L, and I was like, you know what?
But then she deleted that.
Oh, she did.
Whatever. She should have left that up.
The sad / funny part is when they resurface like the Genius interview where she's like, me and my girls, we're all baddies. Like we don't need to fly out.
I mean, I'm gonna come clean. I seen how her and her squad was moving at the not day in Vegas. What was that one we went to in Anaheim? That festival? The like radio Real 92 Street Fest, whatever, right? She was with a couple bad bitches. They all looked good as fuck. And it's like, I know you're getting money. Like your songs has like millions of streams. Like she got like she's definitely doing some, Fashion Nova brand deals and all that shit. I know you got some bread. You could have just bought your own flight, saved yourself the embarrassment.
She definitely is not broke. And also flights are like $100. So just buy the fucking flight back. But like, she knows she fucked up because she said, I'm gonna hold this out. So she knows that the cop calling thing was really fucked up.
The whole situation was stupid. It's like, but she tried to flex like they really been talking. Maybe they've been talking for a minute. Who knows?
That's what she said. She said like
they've been talking for a minute.
A dude will really like convince you to try to be his girl, blah blah blah, and then expose you to the world or whatever. But it's kind of like, he exposed you to the world. It seemed kind of fucked up to me until I realized that you were calling the cops.
I mean,
that's one of the most fucked up things you can do.
She basically is admitting like, all right, like any girl that says that, like, oh my God, like he just kept hitting me up, or just like, I don't know, like he just
guys
like,
are thirsty.
But that means you just give in and you're just like, oh, even some dude if this is some dude you're really saying you don't want to chill with, you don't want to hang out with, you don't want nothing with, like I be like, girls be putting themselves in stupid positions because they be feeling like pressured to say yes because the nigga is just hitting them up all the time. Like,
but she probably, it seemed like she liked him. Yeah, they were really seeing each other. But I
was past that. I was talking about in general now.
Their flames are burning too hot. Like they would be a great couple if they could sort of like find themselves on the same wavelength. Nah, that is the problem. He's like 18, she's like 21.
That's not that.
Wait.
That's not bad.
No, but I feel like
that YouTuber
she's got to already be way more mature than him because girls just mature faster than dudes. So I feel like for sure, like the speed that she's operating on, he's younger and more immature than her.
But listen, DDG, the YouTuber, right, had her in like a vlog or whatever. He was trying to get at her, and she was saying like, "Oh, I'm like 8 days older than you. I'm too like you too young for me to fuck with." But then you go fuck with little TJay, who's fucking 18.
I think she was just respectfully declining
that.
No offense to DDG, but this bitch has been fucking with Carti, Travis, who the fuck knows who else.
She's probably like,
I don't know if DDG, nigga. Yeah. How do you go to a vlogger after that? No offense to him, but like I would think the same thing about me is like, you know, like, can you date a vlogger? Can you date an interviewer after you already had the star of the show? I don't.
Oh, you were trying to get at her? That's what you were thinking?
No, that was like a year ago. Like I was already fully in my relationship, but she did when she came through. She did have a bunch of other hot ass girls.
That's what I'm saying. All her friends was off fire, and I'm like, damn.
But then what was funny?
I
had dudes hitting me up being like, "Oh my god, you were around blank, like such and such name," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, that girl that was with Rubi." Yeah, right. Like, and I look, and that girl has like 1 million followers. I'm like, "Oh, fine."
But you know what's funny though?
Every hot girl has 1 million followers now.
Even we're backstage at the shows, like they were still like random, like they were still acting like those like girls that are just waiting by the side of the stage, waiting for A$AP Rocky to get off stage. You know,
really,
1000%.
Interesting.
It was like they were just like on the side, like little cheerleaders. You feel me? Like it was crazy. Like it's like if you gonna claim to be like a boss bitch type image, then you can't be doing like random thought shit.
No, but that's the thing is that like Ruby Rose,
you can't act like a random thought, but also act like I'm this bad boss.
The
bitch
message in Ruby Rose's music is I'm a boss bitch, and also I will fuck whoever I want.
No, that's fire.
I'll get flown out. Like that's the whole thing now is that it's like thought shit or having a sugar daddy or whatever. That's not viewed as like compromising yourself.
No, I'm not saying
as an attribute, which is it's a whole new world.
Now you're just trying to switch my words. That's not what I was saying at all.
No, you were saying thought shit.
Because like especially like if you're gonna be on some like city girls, like I'm about to like break this nigga for all this bread shit, blah blah. But then you fucking are getting caught in these situations. It's like
people have feelings too.
But that's not on the same. Like that's not like Megan Thee Stallion would not be in that situation.
This is the boss bitch version of what Ruby Rose should have done there.
Megan Thee Stallion's gonna fly you out, bro, to her condo.
Exactly. Or Ruby Rose flies to New York, gets a nice ass hotel room, and then Lil TJay gets to come through and chill with her as much as or as little as he wants. And then when she's over it, when she looks through the phone and she sees, that you've been talking to this, boom, Lil TJay, get out of my hotel room. That if you really think about it, is actually like because she was forced to be on his time. But I mean, and then at the same time, it's like she's flying out there. It's like I don't want to get a hotel room. I want to be able to just kick it with this dude. He's probably got a nice spot and stuff. I'll be able to just hang out there. I understand where she's coming from, but the thing is that if she's going to really be a celebrity out here, she might have to start moving differently to avoid situations like this, or at least not call the cops.
Well, guess what? We giving her free game now, so take this game, Ruby, and just
I think she'll take this.
She's gonna be the one kicking some random kicking the Kid Leroy on her hotel room.
Bro, how about the fact that Kid Leroy? I seen that people are making videos about his old videos, and they're getting fucking taken down and everything.
Strike my boy,
bro, because I seen somebody put a Codeine Crazy remix on Twitter that Kid Leroy might not even be happy about me mentioning that this exists because
they're gonna copyright strike this now.
I mean, that's the problem with being a young ass fucking rapper is that you got all this stuff that you did when you were younger on the internet.
Why is that so embarrassing that you had a story that like you fucking left some? I mean, you should not have done that, but you left some dude behind. Okay, cool.
You should not have rapped on Codeine Crazy.
No, not that. But
you were 14 years old.
No, not that. Not that. But he was just basically they're painting they're painting this the narrative is that it was this dude who put everything on hold to fucking help him out and help build his career and do all this shit, and Leroy and the mom. Well, he was a kid, bro. He was fucking what, 12, 13.
Yeah, and this is the thing about Leroy is that when I met him, I realized he was a fucking genius because he had all these photos with all these different rappers and shit. And then I realized like, oh, he's like the only kid in Australia who's motivated enough to actually like figure out how to get backstage at the show so he can meet everybody and stuff. So all of a sudden he's got like videos of him kicking it with YG and he's like 15.
That's
and
so
it's
fire.
like, I'm like, wow, that's smart, man.
What other white kid is doing all that in Australia? Like,
and is talented.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure that he met Juice when Juice went to Australia, and that's how his whole career exploded.
I think this story is way more interesting than
not 100% sure about that.
I think the actual story of how he came up is way more interesting than like this polished like version. Like, I
think they're just gearing him up to be like the biggest fucking thing.
And you could. This is the thing. Maybe they're not going to be super mad about those videos sitting there on Twitter where like X amount of people are going to see them. But when it's on YouTube and they're watching a brand new Kid Leroy video, and then you have like a bootleg Kid Leroy, like a bootleg upload of an old ass Kid Leroy song from back in the day, they're trying to avoid the situation where like that is becoming part of the YouTube experience.
Of course. But sorry, I mean cut you off.
No, go on.
But like, that's not what's going on. They're trying to get the shit. Those videos are already gone.
They're trying to like cut the backstory.
Yeah, they're trying to get Yassine's videos and shit taken down because he's telling the story, and like, but they're using it. They're saying that it got copyrighted because it was like the instrumental from some Drake song Drake and Lil Wayne song that he freestyled over.
The harsh reality is that if you are making videos for YouTube where you're like using other people's content, it's crazy easy for people to abuse the copyright system and get your shit taken down. So anyone making videos like that, you gotta be careful.
He put out a remastered video version of the video.
I saw that.
Yeah, I get the guy Yassine who made it.
He made another version that didn't have the same clips or whatever,
or maybe it took that song out, one song. But I guess the manager or somebody in the team DM'd him too and was like, oh, like, you know, like said something about the video and like try to act like Kid Leroy didn't care and that like it was them who cared or some shit. But it's like obviously the whole team care. Like, you know, it's just so stupid, bro. Just none of it makes sense.
Did Bibby DM him?
No,
Imagine.
I feel like he would have had a very different tone if Bibby DM'd him personally. If Lil Bibby was
Kid Leroy already signed to Bibby and them when you did that video with him?
No, I think they were talking. They had like just started talking or something, but it wasn't actually a done deal yet.
Now finding out about everything, it just seems like industry planish.
If
I'm honest.
But this is the thing. I knew Kid Leroy.
If you go watch his Yassine video, you'll see it's not.
At that time, when I first, he's not an industry plant.
No, because I met him.
He's been working, bro.
Like I met him. He's an artist who was working on his shit. He had a couple of music videos out, and then he meets people that want to sign him in management stuff. And so what do? Is they basically like, okay, we're gonna help you to make your music better. We're gonna help like tune in your image. We're gonna put you on tour with people, all that stuff. At the end of the day, like, I don't know. That's not an industry plant. That's just a label like helping you out once they get a hold of you. Like he already was an artist working and stuff. Like I understand what people are saying when they say it about Jumex because Jumex did not have a.
They love us bringing him up. By
he
the
didn't
way.
even. Did they really?
They had DM me being like, "Thanks for talking about Jumex." I was like, "I don't think I said anything positive, but you're welcome."
No, I know, right? No. But you're completely right. It's like, bro, like if you watch that Yassine video, bro, this nigga has been rapping and making music and making connections and like even like how he met the dude. I think his name is Marcus. Shout out Marcus. Marcus was the dude who was like this like. He was like a 17-year-old black dude who like was like a promoter and like a DJ and shit. And like Leroy did something to meet him and to perform. He's a
very smart kid.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. But he was like fucking 11 or 12 or something doing that.
Insane.
So he's been so you know, like they've been working and building this shit up for a long time before he got to that point, you know? It's like him and his mom are like grinding out and shit, you know?
It's crazy.
But I'm like, why not tell that story? That's the story you should tell.
I wonder why I got.
You know why? Because they left the dude Marcus behind.
Well, like.
Are you talking about his previous manager?
That was the other guy, Ziggy, who Marcus introduced. Because like. I guess like he was from another part. This is all I got from this Hello Yassine video.
I didn't see the video because
watch
when I met
video.
Kid Leroy, he had this manager who was like a black dude or maybe half black dude.
No,
that was his manager.
That's the second dude who came in.
Kid Leroy started going and doing shit with Bibby or whatever, it was kind of over.
Left both of those niggas.
And I seen that dude and I was like, oh, how's Leroy doing? He's like,
I don't exactly.
That's the worst when you're building someone up and then they just get snapped.
But that was the second nigga that had helped build up the situation. You feel me? So
that's
like
that Carl Crawford shit. Meg's manager?
They all got.
I was like,
Or
why does that
label
name
guy?
sound so familiar? I
Dude.
wonder how that situation's going on.
They all got X'd out, and that's why they're trying to delete these videos because they don't want it to like they
Man.
might delete ours now. I gave up too much info.
We acted like that fucking
know too
that
much.
Meg album wasn't anything special, and then now she has like the
The
biggest
Beyonce
TikTok
remix.
song
I was
ever,
actually gonna
and the
say,
Beyonce remix.
Have you guys heard that remix
And
yet?
Adam22 and Lena the Plug might dance to it.
And she brought
Wow.
up OnlyFans.
What?
You didn't hear it?
You didn't hear the Beyonce verse?
Beyonce brought up OnlyFans.
Oh,
in her
I thought she
fucking
meant
verse.
Megan Thee Stallion had an OnlyFans.
No.
I was about to go
He
run
was
to the
like-
bathroom and fucking.
Oh my god.
My girl got OnlyFans though. DM me for the link.
For real?
Easy.
Tico Texas got an OnlyFans.
I saw that.
That's hardcore, right?
Shout out to Tico.
That like every once in a while you find out about somebody
I
getting an
would be so
OnlyFans
mad.
that makes you feel like, oh shit, everybody getting an OnlyFans.
Okay, wait, the
when I
funny-
found out Tico Texas had one, I'm like, oh, everybody gonna get one.
Why did you just?
Is that weird?
Wait, what? Do you follow her? Do you know her?
I know her, yeah. I don't know.
okay.
I saw the tweet. I forget if I follow her or not.
Yo, you were the funniest. You just brought up the most random LA thing like ever. To bring it up. Like,
The funniest thing is I saw that post too, and I think
shout
I
out
liked,
to Tico Texas.
I saw
man.
that. I was like, wow, good for you. No,
She has twerk videos, she said.
Shout out, man.
the funny thing was when Rich the Kid was calling out girls having OnlyFans,
Oh.
and then I think Academics posted or whatever. He's like, would you date a girl with the OnlyFans? And then Casanova in the comments is like, yes.
Have you seen academics getting cooked for being 28? People like
Why?
there's just been a lot of people going viral on like screenshotting some of the funny ass Instagram captions that academics has.
Oh
Like,
my
this
God.
nigga 28.
he says some shit about.
The Kylie
Whoa, you hear
one.
what just happened to my voice? Yeah, he said like,
Oh my
she
God.
the baddest in the game. Like, is this
No,
fat material
Yes,
or
this
not?
is fat material for all of quarantine. I was like,
And it
this
was
man
just
so
a
funny,
is
guys.
so
regular,
fucking
regular
horny.
picture of her in a bikini.
People have gone
Oh my
viral so
God.
many goddamn times just by saying that I'm 36 or whatever. And
Yeah,
I've seen people go viral off saying that I'm like 48 and
I
shit,
know,
like
I know.
like not even getting the age right. So it's pretty funny that
How
they
dare they?
they
I got
find
50.
no,
They
I
said
mean,
I was 52.
that's just more impressive to me that like nobody gives a fuck about the fact that
I
they
mean,
got the
they're
age
just
The
trying
right.
to
older
say
it
you're-
is,
they're just trying to
yeah.
say
The
you're
older
old.
it is funny actually.
Yeah, but
don't think
academics is like they're like, oh, academics is 28. We could just use him in this joke too.
I mean, because it's like, nigga, you are almost 30-year-old man talking about.
But the thing is
this is
that
fat material
listen,
of Kylie Jenner just in a regular bikini photo. It wasn't even like
it is fat
was-
material though. You can
And
jerk
like,
off to
I
that.
don't understand because most of his
That's so plain to
most
jerk
of
off
his
to.
fat material Instagram posts are like a Fashion Nova.
I
ad,
thought
but,
it was
like,
gonna be a video of her twerking or something. That's kind of more fat
My
material.
favorite thing is how academics will write, is she top 5 baddest in the game, and it'll be fucking the most
most random.
random chick.
Random Fashion Nova.
It's
chick.
like,
He
is
was-
Black China the top 5 baddest in the game? It's like, you already know the answer is no, but there's going to be a whole shitload of comments being like,
are you
no.
fucking stupid?
No offense to Black China. She's
asking,
plenty bad.
He was
but-
asking if Chinese Kitty was top 5 baddest in
Yes,
the
that
game.
was the one. I'm like, why
She
you got to
is.
do that to Chinese Kitty?
I mean,
Nah,
it was a good way to loop.
I
in
think
the
Chinese
drama.
Kitty's bad too, but are you
She
really?
might be-
You
she
think
might be
she's
top
ready
5.
to be introduced to the baddest chick in the game conversation right
think-
now? I mean,
I think so.
I
You
think,
think?
she's ready because she
Think
got
so.
in that thing with TJay.
why did Uzi say Chinese Kitty on his album? He said,
I
"Bitch
didn't
look
know-
like Chinese Kitty." Is that a diss?
He said I'm too litty. Yeah, just like Chinese Kitty. That's
Oh,
all he
really?
said. Yeah.
I thought he was saying, "Bitch look like Chinese Kitty."
I
I
mean,
thought
that
it was a
would-
diss. I'm like,
why
I
would-
thought she looked pretty good. What are you talking about?
No, I think if he was saying it like that, that would mean that my bitch looks like Chinese Kitty, as in she's bad as fuck.
Oh, all right.
I
I
think
was wondering if there
she's-
might have been another Chinese
she's-
Kitty too, like the
no,
one that they got at
no.
the store with the paw that goes like this. You know what I'm
I mean,
talking
he
about?
could have
Cam Girl?
also been talking about that too, but I don't
I
think he
took a
was.
picture
Though.
next to a really big
How
one.
did she become Chinese Kitty? Is she?
I
you
knew
think
you
she
were gonna
got-
ask me this question.
You think she got any Chinese in her though?
She might be a little
Because
mixed.
Asian doll ain't Asian, right? She's just got the Asian-ish eyes.
It's a lot of people that have like a little sprinkle of this, a little sprinkle of that.
One of these days, the Asians are gonna fucking stand up against all these rappers that are abusing their culture.
I feel you.
Chinese Kitty and Asian doll are big time on the list.
I know a lot of
I'm
black
not too
black
mad.
girls named Asia though.
You're over it?
I'm not. No, I was never on it. I mean, I'm not too mad.
I'm not that mad.
I'm not. I'm. Eh,
You
I
can
know-
let it
I
go.
know.
I had a friend that was actually from China, and he went to Coachella the year that Kendrick was headlining, and that was when he was doing like the Kung Fu Kenny stuff, and he was very offended.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's offensive.
Kung Fu
Damn.
Kenny, but what is
Because
that?
like
I don't think that was-
the whole set was like very Chinese inspired and like Kung Fu
But he had
and
like
stuff like that.
he had like kung fu like actual like artists dancing and shit.
Picture
and doing-
Kendrick Lamar walking up to Brian Pumper and doing the King Dingaling dance.
I forgot that
I
happened.
cannot.
Brian Pumper is the only one who can confirm or deny. Well, I guess
I
Kendrick
know.
can confirm or deny. And also think
That
about
would
the
be
fact.
the greatest question for
Hey,
you to ever
yeah.
ask.
Think
if you
about how
interview him.
if you
Kendrick
interview
just
Kendrick Lamar
slowly
ever-
stopped texting Brian Pumper back.
Slowly.
That's like how Brian Bumper described it.
Wait, listen. If you ever get a Kendrick Lamar interview and you drop that question
about BP,
you got
that would be the most legendary moment.
That's really all I want to talk about with Kendrick. Why would I get a Kendrick interview? See, okay, that's another thing. Kendrick is like Carti in that way. They're both fucking ducked off. You never see shit, and then boom, they drop a project, and everybody, the anticipation is crazy. Would Kendrick would it be anticipated like this if he dropped random ass verses with people whenever, which is what a lot of rappers do, and if he was just on social media? We don't see Kendrick sitting there on live. We don't see Kendrick making a vlog around the house. If he did all that, if Kendrick was on GQ making an omelet, doing a video, top 5 things Kendrick Lamar can't live without. Oh, they probably did do that, right?
Well, maybe like
if he was doing all this random shit,
I think yes.
If you saw him eating the hot wings on Hot Ones,
that would be a good interview.
They're really good.
That would be cool. But
I feel like he did all that shit a long time ago.
Would it be hard for Kendrick to hold on to that mystique if he was doing all that? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know if the Carti. I
don't know, but of
could
course
could the Carti have and handle him like like if Yachty had been more like Carti and not did a million interviews and not did a million features and kept his voice super rare and limited, would Yachty be in a more Carti-esque position now in his career?
It's hard to say because I feel like Yachty's someone that wants to be more, social and be. He's in phase,
right. But if he didn't do all that stuff, would he be in a better position right now in terms of being able to put stuff out? Like if Yachty made you wait years and years and then just finally drops one project on you. I don't know. It's hard to imagine.
Your question is kind of loaded because you were trying to say is not moving off of Yachty and more to Kendrick. You're like, is he gonna lose the mystique if he's doing vlogs? Of course, anyone's gonna lose the mystique if they're doing that. But is he gonna lose his legendary status and people waiting on all his music? 100%. I feel like Kendrick has put himself in a place where anything he puts out is gonna be a classic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that a lot of how people regard music is perception in terms of everything around it, in terms of how you present yourself and everything. And it's like Kendrick makes himself super rare, and that's a big part of his stuff being so prized when it drops. And at the end of the day, J. Cole does the same thing. J. Cole, you just don't see a lot of him. If you could just see J. Cole on Instagram Live whenever, it would be a very different thing. You don't see that much of Drake though. He's more than a Kendrick or a Carti.
He's doing music videos in his fucking house and giving his house tours. He's on Instagram Live with academics, Joe Budden.
But still with Drake, what? He's done one long interview in the past couple of years. For a long time, he's just doing these super safe Apple interviews and stuff. Yeah. He doesn't you'll see some random clips of Drake and stuff, but you don't see that much random shit of Drake. He'll post photos and stuff. That's actually one of the most surprising things about Drake is that Drake's whole Instagram personality, he's always followed thousands of people, whereas a lot of people, Carti, Pump, whoever, it has always kind of seemed like an important part of a rapper's image almost is that they don't follow a lot of people and that they're sort of ducked off on Instagram. Drake is one of the rare ones who manages to really be out there stunting and just showing a whole bunch of random stuff on Instagram and still manages to, when he drops, it's a big deal.
It's because he's the fucking biggest artist, biggest rap artist or biggest artist of music.
It works with his personality for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all just personality because I think that a lot of the people that you brought up, it's like J. Cole, Kendrick, and we can bring up Beyonce and Jay-Z, I think when you're at the top, you are recognizable wherever the fuck you go. So you want to keep some things private.
Yeah, definitely. But okay, this is the thing. This is a harsh reality that is 100% true. And I don't care if anybody disagrees with me, is that Carti can't keep making the same album. He can't keep making an album that has a bunch of really fire Pierre-born beats. And then he does a squeaky, weird baby voice type thing.
Knows that.
Right, but that's the whole thing is that we haven't seen from the Pain 1993 or the Meh song, we haven't seen something that to me makes it seem like his album is going to be received warmly because you can only be the guy who gets on really fire beats and just has a really simple but whatever thing that works or whatever. At some point you have to expand, you have to become more of an overall artist and stuff, and the question is the public going to hold Carti to that this time around?
Good question.
Because if they do, I'm telling you, it's so easy for people to realize it's so easy for people to realize that the emperor has no clothes. And it's so easy for me to see that Carti is using a bunch of effects on his voice and getting on really good beats. And that's it. There's like, it's just a question of like, when does the public figure that out? But they figure it out all about everybody else. Quickly.
It's just the way that he swags it. If he comes on it and it's just undeniably fucking fire, it's gonna be fire, no matter if it's the simplest shit or the most complex.
But the thing is that can only last so long, and at a certain point, the dam breaks, and everybody like the Chance the Rapper thing. He puts out one album that like a lot of people thought was corny, and it's just like. Yeah, people just all of a sudden are talking about Chance like a completely different artist, and it's like at the end of the day, though, Chance has more to stand on because Chance has put out stuff that's more like real art. It feels like art. It means a lot to people. It's heartfelt, etc. Whatever. You don't have to like Chance to agree with that. The thing with Carti is that he
doesn't have that to stand on.
At the end of the day, like what?
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, about it being heartfelt?
Not it being heartfelt, but not all music has to be heartfelt. I think it's like a soundtrack to your life. And like I think, for all the Carti cult people, like that is like the soundtrack to like their youth.
Because and the thing is with you is that you spent so much time listening to and being involved with EDM music, which is all pretty soulless, no offense to those people and stuff, but on that shit, it's all about the fucking beat. And then nobody thinks like there literally isn't even any vocals, or they just sample some fucking voices or whatever.
They do like a 2-second loop.
So to us, the idea of Carti like
do not continuing try to us and you other me right now.
To us as rap fans, the idea of music being popular where the vocalist has so little involvement in the stuff being dope is kind of foreign. To you, I understand though that
I like both genres of music. You can't just put me on the other side of the table and be like, you're an EDM.
I'm not saying
DJ.
I'm saying you're a fan of both. So therefore, it makes a lot of it's more easy for you to just understand that Carti shit is just it's fun, it feels good, it's dope, it's got good beats, whatever. I like it. For me, as like somebody
to speak on the in terms of the Carti fans and the Carti cult, and I'm trying to understand why they like it so much.
Drip.
Swag.
Some stupid shit like that. They're just gonna say drip. They're gonna say like, "Oh, he's so fresh, bro."
Bro, honestly, some of the shit is like he's not saying that much, but it's just fire. Like R.I.P. Yams Leak is one of my fucking favorite songs by him ever. It's just
I gotta put on my Leak playlist.
It's the beat.
Oh yeah, someone sent me a whole bunch. They wanted me to disperse it to.
And why is Travis Scott the only artist of all time that nobody can talk about why he's good without talking about his live show? I've never encountered this for any rapper ever.
It's made to like be. It's an experience. All of it. Like when he did the when the fucking rodeo. Bro, when the rodeo album and shit was out, nigga, he had a fucking... Well, first of all, when Birds in the Trap was out, nigga, he had a fucking flying eagle and was performing on top of the eagle.
But you're talking about his shows and a flying eagle when I'm trying to talk about music. Okay, but people always go to the show. The music, why? Why? He's the only rapper who's ever gotten this treatment.
The music gives you the feeling, and it's the soundtrack to it. And it's like it sounds like what you're seeing. It's a sonic
visual.
It's a sonic representation of the fucking visuals.
I'd rather go to Sonic.
The craziest concert I've ever been to was fucking the Pablo concert.
Who Rich Pablo won?
Rich Pablo?
Kanye's fucking Pablo
the craziest
album.
concert she ever been to.
I mean,
was it Hood Rich Pablo?
I don't even know.
I love that idea. Like the best show ever. Imagine just Hood Rich Pablo on in front of like a Woodstock 96 crowd, and they're all just, the money go where I'll go. Smoking an gelato. I fuck with Pablo, but that's just, it's not really that kind of music.
Pablo Juan was low-key one of the most influential rappers of the last 5 years. I will say that.
Smoking non
gelato. Is that too crazy to say?
He's hard, yeah.
But I'm saying like his flow, his main like punch-in flow was literally replicated by everyone at some point.
Man, can you believe that Quavo... So first, when I interviewed Skip of the Flippa, a.k.a. Flippa Haven is his name now, he was pretty cordial about his whole relationship with the Migos and stuff. He acted like they were still cool or whatever, but you could kind of tell that they weren't all that cool. And then the other day, Flippa just goes on a tirade.
Really?
Just straight up says, you know, Quavo, you ain't no boss, blah, blah, blah.
Damn.
Straight attacking Quavo. And Quavo actually responded, tagged him. He posted up the dictionary definition of the word broke and said, you ain't having.
Damn.
I mean, it is kind of weird because it's like if you're skip of the flipper, sorry.
I love
Flipper. Maybe I'll just say flipper.
Flipper having.
If you're flipper, I mean, how you going to attack Quavo for not being a boss when, yeah, maybe you don't think his situation with like his label or whatever is as good as it should be or whatever, but I mean, dude is doing just fine. He's in a very powerful position. You know, maybe it could be a better position, but he seems perfectly happy. He doesn't seem like he's complaining. And then Quavo is just like, what the fuck do you have going on?
That's facts. That's exactly what he's saying.
You know, like where is the argument?
And that's kind of Skipper's whole argument was that he didn't want to be under QC and like he didn't want to like, you know, like fall into whatever those guidelines were.
But I feel like
Or they kicked him out.
He wanted to be on QC. It's just
he didn't want to be
you know, he was signed to the label, but they weren't getting a lot of traction with it. Migos were taking off. Yachty was taking off. Even at the time, OG Macko was taking off. They were still pushing that. You know, it's easy when a label has a whole bunch of hot artists. It's easy for them to kind of forget about you if your shit ain't reacting right away.
Yeah,
you know,
because he was more like a,
Wasn't
you
he
know,
a
like a street legend type rapper. Like he wasn't really like.
Was he?
I mean, like you know how like you hold like Young Scooter in high regards, and he's like that's what I listen to every day. Like
jug music.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like his music was just not made to go with that commercial. You feel me? Like when they were doing Streets on Lock and Streets on Lock 2 and like him and Pee Wee Longway was doing shit and like all that. It's like Pee Wee Longway is not gonna be a Quavo level rapper.
But what you always want that never happens is you want a rapper to be able to sign a whole bunch of their homies or their crew or whatever, have those dudes on the label. Those dudes can keep putting out music. It doesn't matter that much if the music doesn't become huge, but they still just remain on good terms. And that never happens because there's always some feelings that get hurt over the rapper not blowing up and stuff. And you know what I was thinking about the other day is that, like, remember back on like all those Tupac albums? There's so many
random
features from random homies and shit. That never happens now. Could you imagine like Playboi Carti featuring
fucking Gunner,
his stylist,
featuring Gunner, the photographer? And
Fucking just give his. But you know who does do that is like Thug. Thug gave his fucking
his sister.
At Young Boy's album, he gave his mom a verse.
On the new one that just came out?
The first
She's
song.
rapping or singing?
Are you joking?
Have you listened to it?
No.
His mom is on the first song. And
Are
also,
you shitting me?
There's a skit where Youngboy calls his dad, and that's the very beginning of the album. And he talks to his dad for probably like 8 seconds. Gets off the phone. He's like, hey, Dad, yeah, I just wanted to hear your voice. All right, love you. Bye. Like, it's so fucking weird and fast and awkward. And then his mom spits a verse bragging about being his mom, basically.
Aww.
That's honestly kind of a flex. I can't even hold that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a young boy, you
Would
can just
you get
do
your
that.
mom on a song?
I put my mom on the end of this song. She like left me a voicemail one time, and I just clipped it. And
Okay, but what about a verse?
You gave out your mom's phone number. It's kind of the opposite.
I gave out our house number. I did
in a song.
That was fire. No, that was the name of my whole first mixtape.
Yeah,
that was fire actually. Oh, and I did say the number on the song actually one time. Damn, that's crazy.
Did you change the number?
Yeah, Ben. I mean, it was like who like we don't still have the same house line anymore. You know, it's like actually. I think you have to like you know.
Pretty sure you still have it. I feel like I called it recently.
Well, when you buzz the door, it has to ring through there. Actually, yeah, actually, maybe.
Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I still know the only phone number I know by heart besides my own is my house back in my old house.
I know my mom's cell phone number.
Yeah, I know my mom's.
2 numbers in my whole life that I've ever known.
I know mine.
Whole life period. You didn't have a period where you like had to memorize people's phone numbers?
When I was like 16, I would probably have like a couple of my friends and my girlfriend's number memorized.
Yeah.
No, I definitely had like a couple random bitches' numbers memorized. Not no more though.
That would be so creepy. If a girl, wouldn't you be fucking weirded out? Lennon knows my number by heart. I'm freaked out by that. We've been dating like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? That's creepy.
It's not weird or creepy.
It's not weird at all.
She just like remembers everything.
Yeah. What if she just didn't have her phone? Like, what if she needed to call you or something? You know?
I've never even looked at her number. I've never even thought about it.
Yeah,
it says Lena.
Exactly.
2 heart Boom.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Yeah, I know. I felt that same. I
He's
don't
also had 2 numbers during our relationship. That's just as many numbers as I've learned in my entire life.
exactly.
I would have learned
Too
the
much
other.
for your
I would have
brain
learned
to
the other
handle.
number for nothing. No, but you always do think about that. Like I'm going to end up in prison, and then I'm
Then I
not
have
going to
to
be able to contact
yeah.
anybody. You know?
Dude, I started watching this show 60 Days In.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys watched it?
No.
It's
Netflix.
like Hulu. These people.
I need a Hulu login, man. What's up?
I'll give it to you.
Drop it in the comments.
These people,
DM me.
these civilians like agree
Wait,
to.
wait, wait. I need an HBO DM. Okay,
I
go.
want HBO too. These civilians who have no criminal record agree to go into jail for 60 days.
I have seen that.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know.
Oh, I want to watch that. That sounds
Pretty
cool.
interesting. Clark County Jail. I feel like everyone's heard of Clark County Jail, right?
No, what is
I don't
that?
know. Maybe not. I don't know. Apparently, it's a super corrupt jail in Indiana, Jefferson, Indiana.
Right.
No, I would not know about a random jail in Jefferson, Indiana.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard people talk about Clark
Yeah.
County Jail. I watch a lot of jail documentary type shows.
I kind of fuck with
but
that actually.
I don't know.
I'm so
I
scared
feel
of
like
going
now
to
we're just
prison.
talking about random shit. Should
What
we,
would
should
you
we
do to
get
go to
off?
prison?
Nothing. I just don't want to go
I
to
was
prison.
yeah, I was thinking like, damn, it would really fucking.
I
suck
watch
to be in
those
prison.
shows and I'm just like,
You got
oh
Harvey
my
Weinstein.
god! Like every time, like sometimes there has been times in my life, like even in the last couple of years, where I've just been like, fuck all this shit. I'm gonna just do some crazy illegal shit. I'm gonna just buy like bricks or
a
just,
brick of meth and just
I'm gonna
flip
just
it.
like kill
Set-
somebody I don't like and just be like whatever. And then I think about being in jail and I'm like, nah, chill.
Do you have thoughts like this on the random?
No, but like I'm just saying that like every time I've ever thought about doing anything illegal,
Yeah.
like in the adult part of my life, I just think a little bit about like the prison documentaries I've seen, and I'm like,
They're
oh no,
horrible.
you
Especially
can't. no.
the abroad ones. It's like, whoa.
I mean, we
you
never-
could put
overseas? Ooh,
overseas
I haven't seen
prisons.
that.
You haven't seen any over. Oh
Like
my
locked
God.
up abroad?
Like I don't know, just
I'll be having this Ridge wallet. I want to try this out for the week. Is that cool? We need to get more for you guys. But sorry.
I don't remember what. Oh, the fucking
I need a bag.
like
if they
second,
wanna send
third
me one.
world country fucking prisons. Oh my God,
Yeah, they do
those
suck.
conditions are. Insane.
I thought that was your card in there. I took a picture of the numbers. It's not even your card.
Oh, actually, I just realized how easy it is to just push
Yeah,
it out like that.
that's what I was trying to explain to you guys, and you keep saying you pull it apart, and I was like, no, there's a little thumb thingy there. Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point of it. Oh, we're
That's
stupid.
why it's ridgy.
We're so stupid.
Ah, the Ridge.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point of
It's
it.
made of carbon. I want to see it get all scratched up. I'm going to rub it on the ground.
I could definitely
Just
bust down a
run
baggie with
over
that.
it.
I mean, you're a drug connoisseur.
I could bust down a baggie with anything.
No.
Hopefully, this still does okay numbers, even with it being uploaded after the fact. And hopefully,
I think you'll do great.
yeah, hopefully we
People
don't.
seem to really be enjoying this. Yeah, I was trying to understand, like, if for someone who's sitting here doing this with you guys, it's hard to understand why would people like this show. So I asked someone who actually watches the show every week, and they said they like it because we're the only platform that talks about like, there might be everyday struggles talking about like
Drake.
Drake.
And like that's it.
French
We're
Montana.
much less formal.
Yeah.
Less formal, and we're gonna talk about Almighty and Frosty, and we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about
Yeah, Draco.
whatever,
We're gonna
Draco.
talk.
Or just
We're gonna-
argue about Cardi randomly for a fucking hour and a half on the podcast.
Dude, we
which is
brought-
basically what we did
And then we
today.
brought that, and then we started talking about other shit, and then brought it up
back.
again. What's
Yeah.
wrong
I
with
think
us?
you're obsessed.
We're gonna get multiple like Cardi uploads from this episode.
Oh
like
my
multiple
god,
Cardi clickbait.
We're the fucking.
Oh God, I want to remember that guy's name, Bumba Shampala
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
like Bumbleclot.
Your name
I don't
is
know.
way too hard that I
Yeah.
can't remember. That's why you should just change your name to You Dig.
Bro, you dig
'Cause
4
I'll-
eyes, 2
Joe
G's
J's
here.
here. He
Adam has
emailed,
no idea what we're talking about.
he emailed me about like some like proposition. I just didn't understand.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, he,
No, not those kind of propositions.
Oh, okay.
Something like with no jumper.
Yeah,
like
he
upload or
also sent me
something.
a very long
like, wait, what?
proposal, and I was just like, huh?
Proposal. Whoa.
Relax.
Oh, not
pause.
that kind?
Nah, he
I mean,
was like,
he's too far to propose that
Yeah.
stuff.
You're
He's
not
in
gonna marry
Australia.
like
dude.
some business, like some ideas or something. I'm just like, I'm not about to read this, and I'm not gonna like show Adam this. So just like, I don't really know
you have
what
to
you
pay
want.
me, and I might play an
And
audio,
it was
audio recording
also
of your
no,
email.
no.
I'm
But
just kidding.
this was before, right? But remember, I told you randomly, I was just
Yeah,
going
you
through
talked to
it.
him for 4 hours.
Existential crisis one day, and me and him just talked on DM about just life and expectations and just trying to just everything, just like I don't know, we just talked for like a couple hours.
That's just
I was like,
crazy, just opening
"Hey,
up
it's
to this random
So you
YouTuber
dig
that-
this random fucking random YouTuber?
Cardi YouTuber.
Yeah, see, but he was saying that he didn't fuck with that either. That everybody is just like he's the Cardi YouTuber now, but it's like
If you have a
that's
YouTube-
what people want to see. That's
if
what they
you
want to
have
see.
a YouTube channel, I will consider you a close confidant. I will tell you my
mean,
deepest
yeah.
secrets.
I mean, I tell him my deepest secrets.
There's like 3 million people with a YouTube channel, so.
And I will trust my secrets with all of them.
He became the homie in that moment. I'm like, I fuck with this dude. He's a cool dude. He was saying, he was kind of saying shit that I already like know or like already like, like a couple times. But
so what's your deepest, darkest secret that you told him?
I didn't tell him a deepest, darkest secret.
One thing.
I was just telling him about like, like random beef that nobody else knows about, like between me and somebody else or something, like
your deepest, darkest secret is your butthole.
I hate you.
Do you
That's
guys,
not your deepest, darkest secret. It's everywhere.
No, isn't that such a great feeling when you meet somebody? You meet somebody who only knows about rap as a fan, and then you start saying shit about shit that's in real life that isn't public, and they're like,
what? Exactly.
Like I remember this.
That's exactly.
Back in the BMX days. I just remember that like there was this kid who like came from Europe and he was at our house and there was this super legendary bike rider.
He was like at the house too?
No, he wasn't there, but a bunch of people in our house were all trashing him and just making fun of him and talking about how fucking gay he is and shit. And like, what the fuck? This is the kind of guy who like privately everybody like kind of like knew a bunch of weird, goofy stuff about him, but then publicly, he's just a legendary bike rider. And for this kid to be like a fan, and I just see it in his face that he's just like,
what? Like, he just realizing his idol is like a goofball.
Yeah, and not even that he's like a goofball, but it's like, oh, like a lot of people think he's gay. Like a lot of people, like, it was just such a weird feeling. Yeah.
Nah, bro, I've been through that a billion times with random fans and their favorite rappers or something,
Yeah, it's weird actually. You don't want to shatter that bubble. Anyway, No Jumper Show. We did 2 hours, even though it didn't get uploaded properly. Apparently,
we're gonna upload it right now, right?
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out next week. Yuri, let's just upload this like right away.
We weren't
I guess.
Live. I was gonna say watch our live stream.
Well, I guess you guys can try to do that, but based on what we saw earlier, I don't know if it's gonna work.
So?
I streamed on Twitch
we're live now.
I did a 9-hour.
What the fuck?
Sunday, right?
Twitch session on Sunday, yeah.
I just started streaming Tetris
9
again.
hours,
I forgot how fun that game is, honestly.
So fun.
Dog,
It's
9
so
hours?
fun.
Are you
9
joking
hours
me?
of poker.
And people were going from your stream to mine, being like, "Oh, Adam's streaming right now." I was like,
we're at the same time?
You're like,
yeah.
cool, bro.
I was like, cool. I'm not gonna get off mine to go watch
Go
him.
watch it.
Fuck
Let's
him.
collab.
Watch mine.
Do a raid. I farted a couple times during this podcast. Okay.
OnlyFans collab.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, you want to collab on my OnlyFans with my girl?
I need a haircut. You got the Kid Boo OnlyFans?